Coño, Guambo, Coño. Alfred. Coño, Campana! Shit. Got my head fucked up, bro. Stop doing that to me. Coño! What's up, YouTube? What's up? I'm getting set up real quick. In these streets, there's only one rule. Get that guala, or ain't no one gonna holler. It's the truth. You ain't getting guala, bro, ain't no one gonna holler at you. Like, that's just facts. Humans use other humans. Like, we're gonna go through that because we're gonna talk about, are they really the one, or are you lying to yourself? We're gonna deal with those questions. So join in. What's up, YouTube? What's up, TikTok? It's been a while. You know what I'm saying? Had to take a little break, a little pause on the bumper clock. Take a little pause, get back into this real quick, see what's good in these streets. So what's up, YouTube? What's up? Okay. I had to do my little prayer real quick. What's up, YouTube? What's up, TikTok? What's up, Instagram? So I stream on multiple platforms, so you're not gonna see all the comments that's going on. So there's comments on YouTube, there's comments on TikTok, wristwatch, etc. What's up? Share, like, post. What's up? So on today's live stream of Living Your Best Life, we discuss ways to live your best life. And the key to living your best life is confronting what's blocking it. Because your best life already exists. It already exists. You're choosing to resist it. So you have to make like cattle and skedaddle. You don't like your situation and get the fuck out. It's really that simple. You don't like your situation, GTFO. The reason you choose to stay in unfavorable situations and not live your best life is because best life requires sacrifices. Illuminati! Yeah. Living your best life requires sacrificing the version of yourself that you are right now, because the person you are right now isn't getting you the results you want. Life is about results, not the hypothetical situations that we make up in our head that prevent us from acting. Because at the end of the day, you can dream up all these scenarios all you want to, but if you don't act, nothing happens. Like, you don't act, nothing happens. You sit on the sidelines because you don't want to act. And what comes to acting is sacrifice, courage, and getting rid of the person you are right now, aka the old self. The person you are right now is not going to be enough to manifest, otherwise it would have manifested in your life by now. And that's a cold hard truth that is hard to swallow. Because understand something. When you're trying to manifest, you have to look at what's blocking the manifestation, because what you want already exists. It already exists from above. Your goal is to take it from above and bring it down here on earth where you could experience it. The problem is because you've been so used to keeping your vision on in the drafts and only the drafts, it doesn't post. Because see, what you don't understand is your manifestation is waiting for you in the drafts. The goal is to have the courage to post it, aka you post it and you get the results. Now, the reason why it's staying in the drafts or you're trying to post it and it's not getting the viewership it needs is because you're not in alignment. Because you can work hard till kingdom come and not manifest what you want. That's why mom and dad is doing, 12-hour shifts at the plants and not getting any millions. Because manifestation isn't about working harder, it's about aligning with what you want. You can work hard all you want to. It's not an alignment, it's not an alignment. That's why when it comes to manifestation, you have to remember the human in you wants to chase. The magician in you understands that you attract. You're always attracting stuff all the time. Your vibration is always sucking shit in. It's always attracting stuff. You have to decide whether it's what you want or what you don't want. Because the way life tests you is that when bullshit comes, because bullshit will come, you can choose to reject the invitation. Each time you choose to reject demonic invitations, you align with what you want. It already exists. You're choosing to invite bullshit that doesn't need to be there. What you want already exists. Manifestation already exists. But you want to invite all this other shit that's not you. And all that makes up the old you. The version of you right now that you don't want. Because you don't want the current version of you. Because the current version of you is why you're getting what you're getting. The current version of you is why you're not making millions. The current version of you is why you're still hanging with dusties, crusties, and getting heartbroken over it. This goes for guys and girls. That's what today's topic is going to be about. Is she the one? Is he the one? See how they both collide? Because when it comes to saying, oh, is this person the one? It's really, is this person the one? The gender is irrelevant. Because remember, your gender has nothing to do with your manifestation. Your gender has nothing to do with your ability to manifest. Because remember, manifesting is based on your frequency. Gender is simply a social construct based on the body that you're in. Because the only difference between a female and a male is the genitalia and the physical structure. That's it. As a person, we're all equal. We're all the same. It's the same function. You align with your vibration or not. Gender constructs and consequences of being in a physical body. Like I said, you remove what's down here, you can't tell the difference. And the universe is not going to base your blessings based on whether you got a D or a V. It's not going to happen. So all those chauvinistic male pays going, yeah, matriarchy. Sorry, that's why you're not manifesting. The patriarchy does not determine what you manifest. It's who you are. So that being said, let's talk about it. Is she the one? Is she the one? Is he the one? Is he the one? Combine it together, is this person the one? Because what people don't understand is the reason why people are on the DL or they hide secret lives from you is because they're not comfortable in their truth. They're still trying to appeal to other people by staying in these boxes. Because understand something, when you socialize, you get your friend group, you get your group, and when you start identifying with this group, you attach to this group to the point where if I start presenting myself in a different way, I'm about to move away from this group that I've attached my identity to. Because the people you keep around you, you attach your identity to them. Otherwise, they're not there. Remember, whatever you do and say, you're saying that's me. Say that's me. And, people fall out of alignment because you come to realize this person isn't me. I'm trying to find myself through this person. Because then that's what socialization is about. You're trying to find yourself through these people, and you have to have the insight to understand where socialization leads. Socialization leads nowhere. At the end of the day, another human has their own path, emotions, wants, and needs, and it's not your job to fulfill those needs. And also, there's reasons why you two are interacting. And you have to ask yourself, are these reasons genuine, or is it for other reasons? Because, again, we entertain people for other reasons. Not for the bullshit reasons we tell ourselves. Oh, it's a mysterious connection. No, there's a reason. And humans, we operate based on what benefits us, which should always be the default operation. The reason why you're scared to operate on what works best for me is because then you have to be direct. Because see, a lot of us we like to hide our intentions behind it's a mysterious connection, and I was waiting for my person. Like, no, you're using this person. Like, just flat out. Again, when you realize that relationships are about what benefits you, you get to the root. How am I benefiting from this? And most times, when you get down to the nitty gritty, the benefit is usually not a benefit. That's how you end up with the wrong people, the wrong group. If you don't want to get, how am I benefiting from this? You have to ask yourself, how am I benefiting from this? There's a reason why you keep texting them, you keep calling them, you keep doing all this shit because you don't want to get to the root. Why am I keeping this person in my life for? You have to get through the fucking root. You don't get to the root, it's not going to happen. What is bro smoking? Smoking some. Ah, I'm smoking some. That's what I'm smoking. You have to get to the root. How does this person benefit me? When it comes to looking for the one, you have to ask yourself, is this person really the one or do I believe they're the one? Because remember, what you believe is not reality. What you believe is not reality. And what I mean by reality is it doesn't align with your truth, your own truth. It doesn't bring you closer to yourself because these interactions are supposed to lead you to a greater connection with yourself. And what you don't understand is when people enter relationships and say, oh, I like the person I am around them, or I feel like I'm sacrificing myself for this person, that's because you didn't want to get to the root of what am I getting from this? That's how interactions work. There's something you're getting out of this person. And it sounds cool, like, mysterious connections. Nothing is mysterious. There's a reason behind everything you do. There's a reason behind anything. And you use the mystery shit as an excuse to not discover why you are around this person. Why are you choosing to give your body to this person? Because when two people couple up, there's reasons behind that. And you would like to think, oh, it's the chemistry. No, that's just your little Willie down there busting his nuts. Because what you don't understand is busting nuts, there's reasons behind you want to do the nut. It's not some mysterious, oh, I got a natural biological function to bust nuts. No, you don't. Because once you die, nut over. Once you die, nut over. And you don't want to deal with that. Tell me I'm lying. There's no such thing as, oh, it's biologically natural to want to do. No, it's not. It's a choice. It's an option. It's not necessary for happiness. It's not necessary for you to be alive. Understand something. When people choose to go on these dates and coupledoms, they tell themselves that it is mandatory to use this Willie, to use the JJ. No, it's not. It's not mandatory. You don't need that to survive. All you need is food and shelter. That's it. This coupledom shit is because you haven't looked at yourself. When people choose this coupledom shit, it's because they're not focusing on what you need. What you need is food and shelter. What you need is bills to sustain what you need is money to sustain yourself because you're in this fucking world. Is that taken care of? Have you nurtured yourself where you can handle yourself? Or do you want to go to miscellaneous activities and use that JJ and that purple pickle? This is why, again, dating is an option. When you go in, but I need love. No, because you watch too many rom-coms. You watch too many rom-coms. Again, these rom-coms aren't highlighting struggle, bills, 50-50. These rom-coms said nothing about that. Like, you have to admit this to yourself. All I need is food and shelter. I could die old age and never use this. I could die a virgin and live a whole 80, 90-year-old life. Running in the mattress is not mandatory for a sustainable life. It's not mandatory. Stop telling yourself it is. So when you tell yourself, I got an urge for love, I need someone to love me, that's because you don't love yourself. What was you doing before you said I need someone else? What were you doing before then? I need someone to love me. What were you doing before you decided to think that way? You wasn't begging. For a lover as a child, you was playing on the playground just fine. You had the childhood spark without saying, I need a date. So why did you change your mind and say, I need a date? Why are you stressing yourself out to meet another date when that's what you wasn't born into thinking? That why? There's a reason why you told yourself, I need love, I need it, da, da, da. Do you want to get to the reason? Because these relations that you choose, I see the one, is simply a reflection of are you the one? You see how I flipped it? Again, this is why Dusties, Crusties, and struggle is in your life. You've been so focused on looking for love from another person, trying to extract love from another person to feel better about yourself, that you can't even take care of your own business. This is why you're not rich, you don't have millions, and you're still stuck at a job. Because understand something, a lot of cases people come up to pay bills, to cope with that they rejected their dreams, and to cope with the stresses of a job. Like let's just put it out there. The more stressed you are, the more you're going to seek solace in something. The more you're going to seek pleasure. Because again, without stress, you wouldn't seek the pleasure. That's where these relations come from. Let's just put it out there. There were things that happened along the way that led you to seeking the one. So when you are searching for the one, are you asking yourself, why am I searching for the one? Are you really asking? Most people do not ask themselves that question for a fucking reason. And this is how dumb you are. When you go on these dates, stop assuming that these people are rational. Most of the people you meet on these dates are not rational. They're not at peace with themselves. It's just a motherfucking fact. Okay, look at what's going on. The divorce rate, uh, the posts you see on IG, the comment sections. Stop, because again, this is another problem with why you're expecting all this shit from another person and not yourself. You're assuming that this other person is going to know you better than yourself. He's my other half and he understands me. No, you don't understand yourself. That other person is going to use it against you. There's a reason why you can't tell someone everything, no matter how long you've been with them. When someone else understands you better than yourself, there's a reason why they throw it back at your face. Because you sent out a vibration of, I want someone that knows what's better for me than I do. That's the truth. You don't know yourself. You're on a guessing game and putting your heart in the fate of someone else. You're putting your fate in the hands of someone else. And when you do that, good luck with that. Good luck with that. There's people out here that's waiting for someone with your low esteem to prey upon so they can get free goodies, access, use you for apartment. Again, there's ladies right now with some dusty, crusty bum in their apartment, not paying any bills, and they're keeping him there because of the mattress and the illusions of love that you're not getting from yourself. That's just a motherfucking fact. So you sitting next to a Dusty, wondering why ain't he in Brewy? That's how he showed up. Why would he improve for you? You flung the gates open and said, "Use me." And that's another thing too. When you're begging for the one, you're begging to be used. Because once this person comes into your life, what are you expecting from them? You're expecting something. Another reason why you're not manifesting, you're stuck at dead end jobs. You're so focused on looking for the one for love that you can't even get out of this damn bullshit job. How could you get out of a bullshit job and you're focused on looking for romance? Because again, your 20s isn't the time for the fucking romance. Your 20s is time to stack that paper, flex on these haters, and have your own plays. That should be the focus. Always. And get off the job first. In my opinion, you don't get off the job, you don't look for any relationship till you get off that job. Because remember, once you do the relationship first, the problem is when you go look for a relationship first and then a job, whatever relationship you enter, it's going to be locked with the job. Whatever relationship you enter, it's going to be intertwined with the job. Because remember, you jumped into this relationship while you were still in worker bee mode. You didn't meet this person when you had millions and a boss. Because who you date depends on your situation. Tell me I'm lying. It depends on your situation and where you're at with yourself. If you ain't got off a job, your relationship is going to reflect that. You ain't loved yourself. Whoever you meet during that time period where you didn't love yourself, they're going to reflect that. There's no such thing as, oh, I could change over time and make this work. No. When you have to make something work, that's like telling you it doesn't suit you. Anything that's for you, you don't have to make it work. It's for you. It's there for a reason. It's meant for you. But I have to make it work. Relationships don't work. That's the culture telling you to accept settling. You're settling. There's a reason why escorts are the oldest profession. You don't need a title, a bunch of dates to jump in the mattress with someone, to jump in bed with someone. You don't need all that. You don't need that. So why are you risking your love, your career for a few seconds of pleasure? You got to ask yourself this question. That's when you're looking for the one, what are you saying to yourself? Because if you're starving for love, the last thing you need to do is jump in bed with someone. Because jumping in bed with someone is the easiest way to attach to someone when you're at a low point with yourself. Never date anyone while you're at a low point. Again, it doesn't get any better. It doesn't get any better. Being a barber the builder is the dumbest decision you can do. Because again, once that person heals, they're gonna drop you. Again, that person that you met while they were at the bottom is not the same person that they become once they get millions and everything. That's why being a barber the builder, being a Bob the builder does not work. Do not build up someone else. They're gonna take all that shit that you helped build and bring it to someone else. Because they was with you because of their situation. It was with you because they were struggling. It was with you because they was dusty. Saw you as an opportunity to cope with that. Come on now. I'm putting you up on game on why you're not manifesting. Is he the one? No, he isn't. Because who were you before you met him? How did you feel about yourself before you met him? Is he your hope? Anatutu? Is he your hope? Because you got to remember, when you pine for romance, that's because you're not satisfied with yourself. When you pine for romance, you are not satisfied with your life. When you pine for romance, you're not manifesting. You're not manifesting. Again, if your money ain't together, your financial situation isn't together, I'm talking about no roommates, none of that shit, that you getting it your own way, your own bag, you manifest what you want, then you don't need to be dating. Again, dating is a privilege. It's not a right. Dating is a luxury expense. It's not necessary. Dating is a luxury expense. Okay, well, I'm going to say it again. I'm going to hold your hand. Dating is a luxury expense, not a necessity. Wahili. Dating is a luxury expense. You don't have the finances, the dream life that you want, then you don't need to be dating. You need to get the dream life you want. Because how could you focus on the dream life you want and you're trying to maintain a relationship with someone? You can't do those things. Because to get out of a job, you need to focus 100% to get out of a job. That's why most people don't get off the fucking job. You have to sacrifice. You have to put in the hours. You have to confront your own bullshit so that it manifests and you can finally say, finally, I'm off that damn stupid JOB. Period. And also, when you make millions and you have your own lifestyle, who you choose as a partner is going to be completely different than when you were broke, crusty, and dusty. Anyone telling you that's not true is lying to you, okay? Because again, there's a reason why Bob the Builder gets dumped once you make your coin, because you don't have the same options that you have when you broke, when you up. It's just what it is. That's why you shouldn't even date until you are in an arena where, okay, I'm gonna choose my ideal option. Because when you're struggling, you're on that JOB, you're like, I want a random guy. No, you don't. You want the fine motherfucker, the 9 or 10 you would get had you lived the dream life you wanted. Period. That's just what it is. That's why you see older guys with younger women, especially if they got money, because bitch, I got money. I didn't hustle for nothing. I'm not going to settle for a Honda Civic when I can afford the Lamborghini. Again, it's just what it is. It's just what it is. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Again, there's a reason why older guys, they go for the younger ones when that money comes. Because bitch, I'm not gonna go for a fucking a Honda Accord when I could drop out in Bugatti. Again, it's just what it is. It's just what it is. Guys and girls think this way. So don't get this shit twisted. There's some girls paying for go-go boys too. Let's talk about it. Fellas, do not be fooled. There's women paying for guys. Don't let the culture fool you. Both sexes do this. Okay, the question is, can you afford it? Can you afford an escort? Can you afford a 9 or a 10? Your options is not the same when your bread is up. Stop lying to yourself. Your options is not the same when you can travel the world. When you can travel the world, passport, this is where the passport bros come in. Yo, passport bitch, I'm gonna get someone overseas. I'm gonna get them overseas. I'm not gonna do the dusty, crusty locals anymore. Again, that's why you don't date while you're broke. You date when you up. Because then all your options are available. You're a different person. And remember, whoever you met while you were broke and dusty, that's what the relationship will always be based on, period. Because your decision was based on the job dynamic at that time. When you got your money up, you got millions, dating looks completely different. Dating looks completely different. Coupledom looks completely different. Stop lying. Anyone telling you this, that your options don't own up when you got money, dream life, they is fucking lying to you. When you got your dream life, you are happier, you have more peace, you can make more rational decisions. When you broke and struggling, it's easier for Dusties to come in and drop their shit. It's easier because your defenses ain't up. You ain't got your guard up. You're desperate for anybody. Again, when you're struggling and desperate, you let anyone in. You'll let people in when you look back and you're like, damn, what the fuck was I thinking? Bitch, that wasn't just a post-nut clarity. That was I got my money up clarity. How about you go get a job instead? No. I don't want to struggle. I don't do struggle. Jobs is if you want to struggle. I don't want to struggle. I don't have the mindset to say, yes, sir. No, sir. Can I please use the bathroom? Oh, man. Like, no. I'm the type where I'll take a day off because the weather was nice. I'm the type to quit a job because it's my birthday. I'm the type to turn off my alarm clock and go back to sleep, and I don't feel like it. Like, it's just, again, you have to take these things into consideration. That's why I said, when you try to force the job, you got to be honest. Is this really vibing with you or not? I can't do a job. It's not on my system. Couldn't do it. I can't even fill out a job application. My system don't function that way. Like I said, you have to look at your function. Who you were on the job is completely different when you got your millions. Two different. Your nervous system hit different. When you calm, you got your abundance. Your nervous system is operating on a completely different frequency. Because your frequency is going to determine your mood. Your mood is going to determine your decisions. Your decisions are going to determine your outcome. Your outcome is going to determine the people you allow into your life. You don't like your outcome, you're going to get people you don't like. You didn't love yourself enough to change your situation. What makes you think you're going to love someone else? You already hate your situation. What makes you think that's not going to translate into whatever relationship or partnership you choose? Stop lying. You hate your life. You're going to bring that to a relationship. I hate my life. Bitch, I hate you too. That's how you use people to distract from your dusty life. We're being honest. Come on, let's be real. When you look back at past lovers, you're going to realize I wasn't right with myself. I hated my life, and that's why I dated you. So I can forget about the dust accumulating in my life. That's the truth. Come on, now this is another reason why these partnerships, these relationships don't last. Because you were just using this person to avoid the dustiness in your life. That's you get your bread up first. Again, when you have clarity, you don't need to worry about post-nut clarity. You don't need to worry about people using you. You don't need to worry about dusties. Because you balling. You calm. And if this person isn't what you want, you drop them off at the curb and you move on. We're going to party in Barbados. go overseas to Jamaica, Tokyo, Japan. When you don't have the ability to travel overseas, you angry, you crusty. Yeah, go like that's what you bring home with you. That's what you bring with you everywhere. That's what you have to consider your lifestyle. Is your life the way it is? If you're not manifesting, you don't need to be going into any dumbass relationship. No, get those ends up. Get your ends up. Stop listening to people tell you, go get a job. Because guess what? Those people who tell you go get a job, they struggling and hate their partners. I said it. They're struggling and hate their partners. Because again, if someone paid you millions, you would quit that job in a heartbeat and say, I got my millions. Don't listen to anyone that tells you, go get a job. Because I guarantee you, if $5 million was to drop from the sky, they'd quit that dusty ass job tomorrow and said, fuck that bitch. I hated those coworkers anyway. And live the life that they're shaming you on. Everyone wants to be that unemployed friend. Like, stop lying. Like I said, you offer these get a job bitches a few $1 million, they're not coming back to the job. Like, anyone tell you they're going to come back to the job after discovering a few millions, they're lying to you. They're lying to you. So stop listening to these people. These people don't even want their own situation. You're going to take their advice? Don't you want to contribute to society? No, I want millions. I don't want to contribute to society. Society ain't contributed shit to me. I want my millions. I want my millions and vacation. No one wants to contribute to society. No one wants to do that shit. You want to make millions, party your ass off, and go to a private island. That's where most people want to do. It's about being honest. And listen, if you're not honest with what you actually want to do, how is it supposed to manifest? How is it supposed to manifest? You don't want to contribute to society. You want to party, not think about money, and have fun. You want to travel the world. You don't want to stay stuck domestically. You don't want to struggle and beg your boss for a $2 raise. Like, no one wants to do that. You want to chill at the house. Everyone wants to chill at the house, make millions. If your partner isn't chilling at the house making millions, they are lying to you because they're lying to themselves. Stop believing to get a job, contribute to society. No, you want to make millions and chill on a yacht. Everyone wants to do that. Duh. Everyone wants to do that. Stop. This is why I said stop taking career advice from people whose lives you wouldn't want to emulate. When someone gives you career advice, ask yourself, would I want to live in their shoes? Would I want their life? No, I don't. When the answer is no, stop taking advice. Stop taking advice. If it's not someone's life you would want to live, why the fuck are you taking career advice from them? Another reason why Dusty's coming into your life. You're taking advice from Dusty's. You're taking advice from people whose lives you would never want to trade places with. And you don't know what's going on in their own dynamic. Because again, people like to lie. When people have lives they don't want to live, they have to lie to themselves. They're lying to themselves. Why wouldn't they lie to you? The job's great. It's great. They have to lie to themselves to continue it going. Why wouldn't they lie to you? They have to lie to themselves to make it through the day. Why wouldn't they lie to you and say, go get a job, loser? Look. People project who they are. There's a reason why 9-to-5 culture is toxic. People are angry at the jobs they're holding down. So they have to curse you out in order to project their shitty life choices onto you. There's a reason why 9-to-5 workers are very hostile when you go, I don't want to work a 9-to-5. Because they wish they could live that life. But they can't. So they got to come on your page and curse you out for wanting better for yourself. When you want better for yourself, you can't be hanging out with the same people that you used to be with. There's a reason they're falling out of alignment. You wasn't meeting with them. You didn't meet these people when you had ends. You met these people when you didn't know better, or you didn't expect better from yourself. And honestly, you were depressed. That's why you're depressed. You're not living your best life. No one wants to wake up to no stupid ass alarm clock. No one wants to wake up to an alarm clock. Stop playing. So if you, especially ladies, if you with a man and he's providing, you don't want to wake up at that stupid ass alarm clock. Don't fool yourself. So, and the guys that is providing, that's what you signed up for. Why should she settle for less? Because see, with this 50-50 bullshit, listen, you doing 50-50, That shit don't work. 50-50 don't work. Listen, if you both, I feel like 50-50 only works if you both have made your dough. You both have your M's, you both living your best life. If you're not both living your best life, then someone has to leech off of someone else. Someone has to leech off of someone else. Because remember, if you're not living your best life, odds are you're gonna look to someone else that's living their best life to cover the lack in your own life. People bring their situations with them, and vice versa. You got your M's. This person hasn't found their M's. They're not living their best life. They're going to use you as a crutch to live their best life. Again, when you lack in yourself, you are going to seek out something to use to make up for it. You are going to seek it out. That's why it's important to be whole, so that you don't seek out other people to make up for the lack within yourself. That's how the wrong people come into your life. When you think about it, everything you have right now exists because someone took that job. That doesn't mean you follow them. Just because they took the job doesn't mean you follow their footsteps. Another trick. Most people don't want to be a that stupid ass job. That was their choice. Doesn't mean you have to follow them. That's their fault. I wish people would get off the job. I wish everyone got off the job. But that's not a reality. It's not a reality. So it's just, you got to be honest with you. You got to save yourself. You got to save yourself. Jobs is for dusties. It is what it is. Period. Jobs is for dusties. It is what it is. Fuck a job for real. That's what I'm saying. You got to be honest though. How can you pursue your dreams and get the dream life you want when you can't even tell yourself fuck a job? Like how is anything supposed to manifest? You can't even be comfortable with yourself enough to say fuck a job. Like the fear is so, there's people right now that are scared to even say it to themselves, fuck this job. Like that's how real the fear is. I don't want to say fuck a job. Oh shit. I don't want to. Because you know why? Because once you say fuck a job to yourself, the lie becomes harder to live out. Once you say fuck a job, the lie becomes harder and harder and harder to commit to. This is why people go crazy and have mental issues, because you're letting your fears persuade you to stay in the lie. You can't do that. Your nervous system, that's why your nervous system is fucked up. When you lie to yourself, you add stress. When you lie to yourself, you make it almost impossible to be honest with your feelings. Because when you're honest with your feelings, living out the lie becomes harder. I couldn't look at jobs the same way when I finally said, fuck a job. Because then it's, oh shit, why am I here? Then why am I at this job? What's keeping me here? This is how people waste time in relationships, because you're scared to ask yourself, what did I do to myself? What did I create? Come on now, let's get fucking real. Especially the longer you've been in this situation and you start waking up and realizing, oh shit, I didn't want this situation. Oh shit, I spent too many years in this situation. Do you know people create whole kids around fake relationships that you knew you didn't want this person, but because of reasons you stayed, and now you've created a whole, you brought other people into this situation. This is how people live out lives where they're like, fuck, what do I do? Fuck, what do I do? It's the truth. Tell me I'm lying. Wrong relation, because you invest so much time in this lie. You've crafted a whole house behind it, a whole career behind it. You've crafted kids behind this fake lifestyle that you did, and you brought another person into it in the form of this coupledom. And do you have the heart to tell the spouse and the children you procreated with, your spouse and the children you created, do you have the heart to tell them, hey, listen, we need a divorce? I don't know what I was thinking. I wasn't thinking. I thought it was going to turn out this way, and it turned out another way. That's why divorces happen. That's why breakups happen, because expectations did not meet reality. It's very fucking simple. Oh, I'm going to do that later. I'm going to perform the boat later. Are me and Peter going to be in a relationship? Do you want Peter? What are you gaining from Peter? A, B, C. Either way, I'm about to slap when I hit them with the D. If you want him, then go do it. The minute he stops being beneficial with you, then you drop him. Listen, when a person stops being beneficial to you, that's life telling you to move on. You discover what you need to discover. It's time to move on. Nothing worse than hanging on to a dead cow. A dead relationship is a dead cow, and you're trying to milk it using limerence and memories because you don't want to confront first breaking up with the person and then confronting why did you give all your years to this? Yeah, people cheat and play these games because they don't want to confront the person and say, I can't do this anymore. And then they got to confront themselves on, well, I wasted all this time with this person. I invested all this time with this person. The minute a person stops being beneficial to you, there's no reason to stay in their life. Oh, but that sounds cool, Will. What do you mean? Life changes. Things happen. Why would you choose to stay in a situation you know it's expired? It's expired, and there's nothing wrong with that. What's wrong is when you choose to subject yourself to history, to save someone's feelings, to spare your own insecurities. No, no. See, this is why ends don't come. Again, at some point, when you feel like you know this ain't work no more, just say that. It doesn't work no more because they don't benefit you no more. That's why. Damn, I don't get it. They were nice to me and now because they don't benefit you no more. You know it. The person you are right now is not the same person you are when you first jumped into a relationship. And in most cases, when you were jumping into this relationship, you weren't asking yourself, what am I wanting from another person? You didn't ask yourself that question. And now that life has revealed you wanted this person and now you can't benefit, I have to ask myself, well, what was I seeking from them in the first place? What was I seeking from in the first place? How do I get him? He's reserved, but he likes me. Let him hit you up. Let him hit you up. If he's reserved, don't text him. Let him do it. Because at the end of the day, his actions are going to show you where he's at with you. When you start begging and start doing all this extra shit, that's because you know this person doesn't want you. And when they get ready to drop your ass, they will do that. It's just that's the reality. When a person's they don't want you, and it's a ticking time bomb until they reveal, I don't want you anymore. Can you dig that? Can you dig that? Yeah, I'm in the bathtub. I'm chilling in the bathtub, talking about living our best lives. You gotta manifest. I'm showing y'all manifestation. This is manifestation in real time. This is manifest. I set this up to manifest. I want to manifest. I want to drop the bullshit that I told myself. So, put on my personal experiences and what I've observed, etc. And so that you don't have to repeat the same bullshit. Get your M's up. Get your M's up. No one's gonna want you when you don't live your best life. Pharaoh, I cry in my sleep. Why do you cry in your sleep? You gotta ask yourself that question. Do you want to know why? There's a reason why you cry in your sleep. There's a reason why. Shit, I remember when I was still in my situation. Shit, I couldn't even. When I would sleep, I would turn to the opposite side of my ex because I knew I didn't want it, but I was scared to confront it. Which is dumb because then I found out my ex was cheating on me, had boyfriends, girlfriends, and didn't like my ass. So, how stupid am I? Listen, life is so funny. You be like terrified to end a situation and kick someone out just to find out that person was using you and didn't want you anyway. It happens, bro. It happens more often than you think. You feel so dumb and gullible. Like, bro, I could have just dropped this and move on. Had I like known that this person didn't want me either. It's the truth, though. Again, the people you come in contact with, especially in the sexual nature, they're reflecting who you are. They reflect who you are. And do you want to look at what they're reflecting? Do you really want to know? If they're not benefiting you, why are you there? Why are you there? I wasted my time. He's not changing. Bitch, he was always that. Life is telling you you can't change a person. He was always that way. You chose to accept it, and now life's telling you this is what you accepted. Do you like the outcome? Do you like the result? Again, there's results. We talking about results. When it comes to manifestation, you need to be about results. Do you like the results or not? He's not changing. Then dump him and move on. He was that way when he first showed up. What made you think he was going to change for your ass? A person is only going to change for themselves. People change for themselves, not for you. No one's ever going to change for you. That's why it's a waste of time. He's not growing. Are you growing? Leave. You don't like the situation, leave. That's how life works. You don't like the situation, leave. You trying to make adjustments and shit is you not admitting that you have a sunken cost fallacy and that you've wasted time investing in this person. Because again, that's another problem with why you should never date until you are already manifesting your dream life. Because when a relationship comes to an end, you can't get back the years you wasted. You can't get back all the moments. You can't get back none of that shit. Which is another reason why you didn't want to leave. Because you're like, shit, I already wasted 5 years just to find out it was nothing. Yeah, it was nothing. That's the gamble you take for a relationship, bro. That's the gamble you take. You're betting that I can be with this person till I die. And when you lose that bet, you hot as fuck. Damn, what the fuck? I wasted 20 years on this person just for it to end divorce. What the fuck? Dummy, that's what you signed up for. That's the gamble you took in the contract. I bet that I'll be with this person till I die. Okay, have fun with that. That's what a relationship is. I'm taking a gamble that I will be with this person till I die. Because once it ends, you can't take that back. You have to hold that L. I wasted 8 years on a situation shit. I can't get those years back. I'm hot as fuck. I'm angry. But what can I do? That's what I signed up for. The same person that you met on the first day is going to be who they are when you break up. That's just what it is. So when you go, I don't understand. He took the mask off and changed. No, he didn't. You ignored the red flags. You ignored the red. When people go, he took the mask. No, he was always that person. You chose to ignore the red flags. You chose to ignore the red flags. There were always flags there. The first flag is, what are you doing there? What are you getting from it? No one just wakes up and decides to be dusty. Dummy, it was dusty from the first day. You chose to ignore the whole thing. No one wakes up and decides to change up during a wedding. No, you knew you were desperate for someone. And you chose to ignore it. And that brand new, like, how did they do that to me? Like, no, they were always that. You chose to ignore it. People don't fucking change. They reveal who they are. People don't change. They reveal who they are. When people change, they change for themselves, not for you. The only time a person will change is when they're doing it for themselves. That's the only time someone will change. No one will ever change for you. So when people change, it's because they revealed who they were. That's always who they were. Because when they change, they dump your ass and move on. When people change, they dump your ass and move on. Because who they were when you first met them is who they are when they leave. Duh. That's why you fighting for this relationship. That's why you arguing up and down. Like, no, they were always this way. You chose to put the blinders on. They were always that way. No one changes. That doesn't happen. That doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. When someone changes, they do it for themselves. And it usually involves dumping you in the process of changing. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm fucking lying. Because when you're getting to know someone, they're simply revealing who they are. And as they reveal who they are over time, you have to understand something. When that person's lying to themselves about their life, why wouldn't they lie to you? They're lying to themselves. As I said, live your dream life. Go for that first. And actually, don't even trust anyone that isn't living their dream life. Why would you trust someone that isn't living their dream life? That's what I said. Get your millions, get the yacht, get that first, and then come out and date. Because you were honest with yourself enough to go for what you want. What you want? Thank you. Thank you, Cross Block. Multiple choice. Multiple choice live, bro. I couldn't make multiple choice had I not made different decisions. I had to quit my job to make multiple choice. I had to quit my job. I couldn't stay. The person that made multiple choice is not the same person that was scared at the job. Not the same person. You're not the same person when you're chasing what you actually want, your dream life, relaxing vacations. You're not the same person. You'll never be the same. I'll never be. I know what life is like without a job. I know what it's like to wake up every day as a Saturday. I know it, and I'm never going to give that up. Once you know what that's like, you're not going to give it up. It tastes too good. I couldn't. Every day is a Saturday to me. For me to give that up, bro, I'd have to be drugged out my mind to do that. Did it pay off at least? Oh, definitely. Oh, it definitely paid off. I look at jobs completely different. I look at jobs completely different. I look at life completely different. I look at dating and people completely different. If I don't have my situation set up first, I will not go outside myself to seek something. It makes no sense to me. I will not compromise my lifestyle. Because once you realize what it took to make those millions, what it took to follow your dreams, you will not compromise that for anybody. For anybody. For anybody. A job is it's easy to compromise for someone when you're on a job because you don't give a shit about the job. You're there to pay a bill and you don't know any other way. Like when you actually gone through the blood, sweat, and tears of getting off the job, seeing the success that and the steps it took to get off that, you're not gonna give that up. Like, bitch, hell no, I made these M's. I'm not sacrificing that shit for nobody. I don't give a fuck. And that's when you have a more realistic perspective on what it means to date. Because you got your bag. You created your dream life. I'm not giving up trips to Barbados and Tokyo for no trick. Period. Get the fuck out. I'll move to the next one. Listen, when you are not living your best life, you will attach to anything. Anxious attachment, avoiding attachment, any attachment. When you are not living your best life, you will attach to anything to avoid why you're not living your best life. When you are not living your best life, you will attach to anything to avoid why you're not living your best life. It's all connected. Your finances and the people around you is fucking connected. That's why you get your bands first. Get those bands first. When that check hit different, them dopamine highs hit different when that check look a little different. Them dopamine highs look different when that check looking a little different. Okay? Because when you struggling, you like, fuck it, I need to get drunk. I need to get in bed. I need to lie to someone and use them as a cover up. Come on now. People are shameless. They don't give a listen. People are shameless in what they're doing. This is for guys and girls. They don't give a fuck. I'm gonna use you. That's why you have to use discernment, and you have to make sure you got your own dream life, because then you have something to protect. You have something that you won't compromise for anything. When you are not feeling yourself, you'll compromise anything. You'll say, fuck it, I don't give a shit about this job. Just come in bed with me. Just come in bed with me. Really. This is how people lie in marriages. They lie to themselves. Again, your relationship is dependent on how do you relate to yourself. Your relationship depends on the flow of your life. Because you have your own life, they have theirs. You're not living your best life. What are they doing there? When you're not living your best life, that person can't do shit for you. Oh, but there was me in the struggle. It's just like, no. Get them M's up. Let's see if you'll still be with them in some struggle. Get your M's up. See if you'll still be with them in the struggle. Come on, you gotta be honest with yourself. Again, people look a whole lot different when you in your bag versus when you are broke. Friendships, even the friendships look a whole lot different when you in your bag. When you in your bag, listen, when I started being in my bag, I said, I don't give a fuck about no friends. Fuck. I did not get here for no reason. I did not shadow box myself, remove the doubts, the lack, the desperation for love. I did not fight that for no fucking reason. You start realizing what's more important. When you get that back together, you start realizing what's most important. Because again, that person leave, you still got to pay the bill on this planet. That person leave, you have to decide what are you going to do with your time. And nothing's worse than when you go into a heartbreak and still have to show up to the shift at the plant tomorrow. Have you tried working on a heartbreak? That shit is whack as hell. Try going to a job and you just gone through a fucking breakup, bro. Try going to a job and you just committed to some damn relationship, years invested, and it came to an end. You have to somehow process that and still process paperwork at 9 in the morning. You try that shit. Do you see what I'm saying? When you're making 100 million, when you're making 100 million, you have plenty of time to recover. Again, heartbreak is completely different when you got to go to a job versus you got millions. You get heartbroken, you is not showing up for work tomorrow. You're gonna say, I'm gonna take 2 months off because this shit hit me. When you got a job, you ain't got no choice, but you can't process shit. You gotta process paperwork. You gotta concentrate. Because what you don't understand is when you can't process a situation that changed, you end up not learning the lesson. This is another reason why people go back reincarnating their ex under different names because you didn't have time to process. I gotta go to work. How can you process a breakup and learn from why it didn't work out? When you have to focus on waking up tomorrow, showering, showing up to the stupid job, and your boss not firing you. How the fuck are you supposed to learn anything? How? That's how you read. That's how people stay reincarnating their fucking ex. How are you supposed to process some shit? Heartbreak. How are you supposed to process heartbreak? And you gotta go to fucking work the next day. You can only concentrate on one thing at a time. That's when you hit the drugs, the booze, the smoke. I ain't got time to process. I gotta go to work tomorrow. And you go back to the next stupid relationship and you didn't learn from the previous one. Again, that when you got money, even processing emotions and heartbreak is completely different when you got the money. Are you justifying people with no jobs? Hell yeah. Hell yeah, because you don't want to be on that job. How can you be a millionaire and you're stuck at the same thing that's keeping you from making millions? You can't be a millionaire and you're still at the job. That's impossible. So no, I justify people with no jobs. I support people with no jobs. I rep people with no jobs. Period. You are the job. So all my unemployed people out there, I support you. I understand your struggle. Do not listen to the culture telling you ain't shit, you lazy. No, you want better for yourself. Don't listen to the culture. The culture will guilt trip you. The culture will make you feel less than. The culture will convince you to make decisions that go against yourself, that actually block you from getting the abundance you want to manifest. Again, you're not making no millions at a job. That's not happening. That's not happening in these streets. Anyone telling you this bullshit is lying to you. No one's making millions at a job. It's just not happening in these streets. It's not happening in these streets. You won't make $1 like this. We'll see. You lazy as fuck. Tarot reading. Oh, we're gonna do a tarot reading. Let's do it. Let's do a tarot reading, bro. Again, all my unemployed people, I will take the heat for y'all. I support unemployment. I call me lazy, a bum. I don't give a shit. So if you hating that job and you want to quit it, quit it. Do not listen to mom, pop, your friends. They won't be there for you when you in the middle of the night having late night thoughts about why you hate your life. They won't be there for that. The world will not be there for that. When it's 3 in the morning and you wondering, man, should I even continue this earth loop? No one's gonna be there for you but you on that. Okay. Your employer will not be there for you when you feel the pain of those late night thoughts. Pata, skill. Your skills is what's going to give you the millions. You have skills that you don't even know yet. Your skills is not the job skills. These are skills that you were born with. These are skills that are unique to you. This could be singing, dancing, acting. They are dormant in you because what you want is already there. Can you become the person that can manifest this? Can you become the person that can manifest this? Because I got a job. It's not going to care about you when you crying in your bed wondering, why did I live my life? Why? Again, no job is going to help you out of that pain. Why did I love myself? Why does I love my life? I hate my life. That's all these get a job motherfuckers ain't telling you that they're not happy with their lives. When those late night thoughts hit, they're not telling you about that. They're not telling you about that. Sobek, union power. Your power is in your skills and talents. Your power is in your skills and talents. You need to jump into it. How could anyone discover you? Whether it's a record deal, a talent, athleticism, when you haven't put your skills on the display. Again, how can you be a superstar when you're not willing to show off what you're capable of? How can anyone support you, go on your page and support you when you haven't put the work out there? No one would know who LeBron is unless LeBron chose to be LeBron. No one would know who Ariana Grande is unless she chose to be Ariana Grande. That's the difference between the artist you're seeing on TV and you sitting on the couch being fuck, I gotta go back to work tomorrow. What are you putting out? The world cannot discover you when you're not putting out something that can be discovered. The world cannot discover you when you're not putting out something that can be discovered. Stop calling it a hobby. That's another reason why you're blocking your manifestations. When you call it a hobby, it's because you're scared to see where it could go. Canoe, resourcefulness. It takes resources to get a career going. Are you using your resources wisely? Your energy and time is the main resource on where your finances go. Why are you putting your resources and finances into someone else's dream when you still need to get yours off the ground? Why are you putting it into someone else's dream when you need to get yours off the ground? Wisdom. The wisdom is telling you, go for what you want. That's the wisdom. Going for what you want, not for what you fear. You fear your own success because you cling to certainty. Dummy, when you're stuck at a job, it's certain you're going to be miserable. That's certain. Now, why would you think that misery is going to go away Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday because you got a paycheck? No, there's a reason why you're not going anywhere in life. That certainty doesn't work. You know what makes you happy. Why are you scared of your happiness? Why are you scared to take chances? Why are you scared to take chances? You got to ask yourself this question. That's the wisdom. Your happiness exists. Why don't you go for it? Because the bills. I got bills to pay. So the fuck what? Manifestation don't give a shit that you got bills to pay. Manifestation don't give a shit that you mortgaged your house 5 times. Manifestation don't give a shit that your car about to be repoed. Are you going to follow the steps necessary to make these millions or not? I'm sorry. That's how manifestation works. LeBron James wasn't thinking about getting his car towed. He said, I'm going to be LeBron James, bitch. Michael Jackson wasn't thinking about, I got bills to pay. Give me Michael Jackson. No. Michael wrote down in his notebook when he was manifesting, I'm going to manifest being a fucking superstar. And look at that. Michael Jackson is the king of pop. You don't follow up on it, it can't manifest. That's why you have to ask yourself what is important. Chasing happiness or staying in fear. The bill cycle don't mean shit when you're not following the path to making those M's. M's don't magically drop on your lap. You need to go towards it. And it starts getting realistic. You're not going to make the money you want. It's not going to happen at that job. Stop lying to yourself. Another reason why you stay at the job because you've convinced yourself that somehow, some mysterious way, you're going to make 6, 7 figures at a job. That's not gonna happen. Stop lying to yourself. Another reason why you cling to the fucking job. You believe that somehow you're gonna make 6, 7, 8 figures at a job. What kind of TV, Instagram bullshit have you told yourself? A lot of people are telling themselves this bullshit right now. The job's gonna magically give me 6 figures. Like, huh? Where they do that at? Say, where they do that at? Where they do that at? Come on, man. Let's get real with this finance shit. You don't even have to know the stars and planets to know you're not making 6 figures on a job. That's not happening. They're really paying 80,000, let alone 100,000. And millions, yeah, that's not happening. You got to get real with finances. That's also part of manifestation. Getting real with the reality. Getting real with finances is realizing that ends are made on your own business, your own ideas, your own skills. It's part of the wisdom. It's part of the wisdom. Are you following up on it? Come to Hermitage. The path that you are on is going to determine what your life looks like. The steps you take right now is going to determine your future. Why didn't you think about these things when you had the timing? Why didn't you think of these things when you had the time? Because what happens to what blocks careers is that you spent so long blocking the career you want, you actually end up stuck at a job, putting yourself in a hole in a situation that's almost impossible to get out of. Because what you don't understand is you're supposed to pursue the career you want in your 20s, not your 30s. You're supposed to pursue the career you want while you're still in mom and dad's house rent free. Or at least cheaper rent. Because some of these parents be assholes saying, I'm gonna charge for rent. I want 80% of your paycheck because I'm a bitch. Some parents be like that, charging you rent, knowing damn well you need to save up to leave. Delusional about the economy. Y'all look at the astronomy. What are you doing right now? Your 20s is the time to pursue the career you want. It's not in your 30s. By the time it gets to your 30s, it's too late. By the time it gets to your 30s, you done gave up 10 years of potential opportunities. Because remember, each day you spend at a job is another opportunity you're missing out on your dream career. Each day you stay at a job is another day, another missed opportunity at the career you want. You can't be at 2 places at once. You at a job, you're not going to be at your being a singer, a pop star, an athlete, making your M's. And each day you stay at the job, the more your light dims, the less opportunities come. Because remember, your opportunities, the height of career mobility is in your 20s. It's not in your 30s and 40s. By then, it's already too late. You committed to the job too long. You let opportunities. And also remember, especially when it comes to being an entertainer, you need to do that young. No one wants to listen to someone that's in their 30s. I'm going to just be real with you. Unless you're a young-looking 30-year-old, no one's going to want to watch your ass. Genetics. So if you someone that's going to look in their 40s, by the time they reach their 30s, you fucked. Come on now, we live in a visual world. We live in a visual world. That's why it's important to bring your A game when you're young. When you're young, your 20s. Because your 20s determines the outlook for 30s, 40s, and 50s. 20s is the height of your career choice. Stop wasting it on trying to impress other people. Because that's another reason why you said fuck your dream. You want to impress mom and dad. To say, I got a job. You want to impress the random strangers on the internet. Just to say, I got a job. And you want to fit in so you can tell the world, I'm contributing. But you go home at night, you're miserable. You go home at night, you're living your worst life. Where is this validation coming from? Because again, the validation is not going to heal that pain when you fall asleep at night. Say, I got to wake up on Monday. It's not going to work. Mertziger, righteousness. What is righteousness to you? What does doing right to you for yourself mean to you? Is your career doing you right? Is your current career doing you right? If you don't like the field that you're in, you need to get the fuck up out of there, and that's what makes you happy. The reason why you live an unfulfilling life, an unfulfilling career, is because you didn't want to center it around your happiness. Dreams making millions. All these things are centered around your happiness. You when you went to the job, it was centered around validation and fear. What is your life centered around? Because there's also a main branch that brings you to what you manifested. Is your life centered around happiness or fear? Is your life centered around the possibilities or the certainties of insecurity? What are you centering it around? Anubis transformation. A transformation is needed when you waited too long. A transformation is needed when you waited too long to get what you deserve. You deserve to have millions. You deserve to live your best life. You have to give yourself permission to do that. You don't give yourself permission, you're going to wait on the world to give you permission to pursue what you want. And that's where a job puts you. A job puts you in a timeout corner where you have to ask for permission to do basic shit. I gotta ask for permission to take time off. I gotta ask for permission to use the bathroom. I gotta ask for permission to live my best life. Like, nah. You don't need to ask permission from no one. Stop waiting on that. And no, you don't need to ask your bills for permission to live your best life. Fuck no. Because again, the way your bills get paid all depends on your income. Your income, you ain't making six figures and above, it's a waste of time. You want a comfortable lifestyle. You got to get real with how money works. You don't get to riches waiting on someone else to give you the riches. You have to create that stream yourself. Because when you create that stream, there's no cap on it. When you work at a job, you put a cap on your income potential. Because that person has to decide that, because you put your income in the hands of someone else and they decide how high your money will go. When you work for yourself, there is no cap on your income. You struggling at this job for 50-cent raises because you put a cap on your income and told yourself that this is what I need to do. This is security. This will supply me the finances I know it won't. It puts you at just over broke. That's not a comfortable lifestyle. That's not security. Security is when you got fuck you money. As in, you can say fuck you to anyone that isn't with you. That's fuck you money. You can say fuck you to anyone or anything that doesn't vibe with you. When you don't got fuck you money, the world says fuck you. When you have to take it up your booty. That's the truth. You want fuck you money. You don't want, oh man, I'm getting fucked money. There's difference. Again, not all income is good income. Just because you got, again, it's easy to make bread. What you don't understand is it's easy to make bread. The hard part is making bread that changes your life. Again, it's easy to get any money. There's millions of ancient jobs out here. Where you're struggling is it's not giving me the comfortable life I want. It's not giving me the life I want. That's hard. Because then you have to look at finances. Finances won't work for you until you get it to work for you. You're stuck at a job because you're not letting your finances work for you. Multiple streams of income, being your own boss. That's money working for you, not the other way around. So when you're working for someone else, you working for chump change. You got to look at the dynamics. You got to be honest with yourself. Also, part of what's tough about jobs is you have to be honest with what a job can do for you. You're not honest with what a job can do for you. So you tell yourself tall tales. You convince yourself that this is what I need. I should be grateful. No, no, no. When you tell yourself I should be grateful for eating cow shit, it doesn't change the fact that it's cow shit. Another way that you stay at a job, because you're comparing being flat broke to being just over broke. That's still broke. It's not a comfortable life. It's not a comfortable lifestyle. It's not going to change. Again, you want finances that's going to change your life, but there's no struggle. I can sleep with a one. That's the goal. The goal of the money is to give you a comfortable life, not just be over broke. That's the difference between the haves and the have-nots. You want the money to work for you where you can relax. You don't want to work for money where it's barely getting you anything. That's how you stay stuck, because you compare, well, when I had $0, That was worse than getting $12 an hour. But what you don't understand is you're paying bills, but it's still not getting you anywhere. And you're telling yourself, well, it's better than flat broke. No, it isn't. Again, when you set the standard, the goal is to live my best life. Darkness looks different. Darkness looks different. Being honest with your finances, being honest with yourself. Your finances is there, but you're hiding in the darkness. The job, the dream career that you want is there, but you're masking it behind the darkness. Why are you masking your potential? Why are you allowing the snake to keep you there? Did you know that's the old you that keeps you at that job, that keeps you scared, that keeps you struggling, that keeps you around dusties? You can't meet the love of your life at a job. That's impossible because you didn't love yourself. A relationship isn't going to change your finances. See, this is how foolish you are. You thought a relationship was going to help you deal with the relationship to your job. You are an idiot. That's simply a coping mechanism. That's how people get married. Pay bills. The bills are too high to cope with shitty career choices. Your relationship is not going to change that you hate your career. It's not going to change that. Get your money up. Again, when you get your money up, that old relationship that you got when you were struggling looks completely different. Because now you got your money up. It's kind of like, well, why do I need this person? I'm not struggling. There's more options open up for me. You know, there's more options for you when you got income and networking. It's just what it is. Again, all this is connected. Your finances is tied to your personal life. Your finances is directly correlated to your personal life. Your personal life is a mess. Your finances is going to be a mess. You're not a Nepo baby. You got to get real. You are not a Nepo baby. Insight. Umbala. You're not a Nepo baby. You knew that you were going to have to lean into some spectacular talents to make those ends. Why aren't you honest about that? Why aren't you honest about that? Isis, faith and wisdom. You need to have faith in yourself. You have to have faith in yourself. You need to have faith in yourself. No, that was fine. Again, this life shit is it's so tricky because when you get to what you actually want, you start to realize that it was in you all along and that was the lesson. It was in you all along and you had to accept it. It was in you all along. Listen, when you start getting on your flow and your ends, career, you realize that was the lesson. It was in me all along. I didn't need this other stuff. I didn't need this bullshit relationship. I didn't need these bullshit friends. It was in me all along. Have you released any more music? Yes, I do. I have 39 songs and 2 remixes on my Spotify. Check it out. Link is in the bio, my Spotify, my YouTube. Yeah. I got 39 songs and like 2 remixes of one song. I just released another one. So y'all want to check out my other songs, check it out, support. I'm always dropping music. So I am bullshitting. Alchemic force. To create requires an alchemic force. To create the dream life you want requires an alchemic force. If you watch Full Metal Alchemist, there's energies that have to be intertwined, edited, studied, reworked. Because when you manifest, you have to change the alchemy of who you are. When you manifest, you're changing the alchemy of who you are. When you don't change the alchemy of who you are, the person that's sabotaging you continues destroying you, and that's why you're not going nowhere. Your reality isn't changing because you haven't changed. Your reality doesn't change until you change. You have to change. You have to change how you see finances, change how you see yourself, change how you see partnerships. Is he the one for you? No. Because the person you attract for romance all depends on where you're at with yourself. because you bring the relationship with yourself to a partnership. How you relate to yourself determines how you're going to relate to this person. That's why people could either bring out the best in you and the worst in you. When someone's bringing out the worst in you, it's because it was never supposed to be there. When someone brings out the worst in you, that's because you were at a low point when you met them, and it's being revealed that you're using them to not look at yourself. It all comes back to you. It all comes back to you. What do you want? What are you sending out there? Until you realize that that's how alignment works, what you're sending out, it's not going to work. Renewal. You want renewal, renew the lease with yourself. Stop staying under the same pattern. You don't need to stay with your old self. You don't need to stay in that relationship. They're not the one, move on. You don't need to stay at that job, move on. You know the dream life you want. It sounds scary because what's expected of you is bigger than anything you imagined. The dream life you want sounds scary to you because it is bigger than anything you imagined. And when you expand your horizons, more is expected of you. That's why maintaining your peace is a lonely existence. It's isolating because more has been expected of you. You can't do the same shit when you're willy nilly with relationships, people riding in the mattress. That's because you have no boundaries. That's because you'll accept anything. That's why they cheated on you with the chop bitch. I don't get it. I'm prettier than this chop. That person don't give a shit. They don't give a shit about themselves. They have no standards for themselves. Birds don't have standards for themselves. Duh. Birds don't have standards for themselves. When you have standards for yourself, you can't do the same shit that you allowed before. When you have standards for yourself, you have to be willing to sit in the pocket, regardless of what it is that you crave for. So when you say I crave for love, romantic love, that is a lie. You don't need it. It's not necessary. It's a lie you tell yourself because you haven't expected more from yourself. How can you crave for love and affection from someone else when you haven't given yourself the attention you need? You haven't given your dream life the attention you need. You haven't given your finances the attention you need. So how are you going to seek attention from someone else? You can't pay bills with validation, bro. You cannot pay bills with validation. You cannot go on vacation to Barbados with Rihanna using validation points. That's not how this shit works. Your finances is tied to the friends and relationships you choose to partake in. Your finances is directly tied to your personal life. And all this is reflected on how you feel towards yourself. You love yourself, you won't settle. You hate yourself, you're going to settle for anything. Why? Because hating yourself is painful. When you hate yourself, you're in constant agony and stress. And when you're in constant agony and stress, you need relief. You need relief. That's where your ex came in. That's where the drugs came in. That's where the alcohol came in. You can't sit in stress unless you have a pleasure to numb yourself from the stress. Tell me I'm lying. That's why that dynamic has to be healed. That has to be resolved. Get your millions. Love yourself. You don't do that, you accept anything and then be confused on what happened? Why am I mathing? You're not mathing. You're the equation. You're the missing part of the equation. You don't even see it. You're the missing part of the equation and don't even realize it. Again, this world gives you plenty of activities where you don't have to think about the equation. You don't have to think about the bills right away. You don't have to think about that you don't like your career. You got the TV, you got lovers, there's many ways. But at the end of the day, when you fall asleep, that's on you. That's on you, boo. You can't pay your bills with distractions. Your finances is direct. What happens to your finances directly depends on your personal life. You got to get your personal life together. And your relationship is going to reflect what's going on in your personal life. Stop struggling. You want to stop struggling? Go for your ends. Stop struggling at a job. You can have a job and still be struggling. Stop believing a job is an automatic. Oh, I'm not struggling no more. No, no. You got a job and still just over broke. You want comfort. We're talking about living in a life where you're comfortable. You are comfortable, financially independent. And anyone comes up on the bullshit, you can drop their asses. Anyone that comes up on the bullshit, you can drop their asses. That is freedom. Well, you don't gotta take no one's shit. And that's the ace in the hole. Prosperity. Prosperity is a multi-dimensional frequency. Prosperity encompasses what you experience. The experiences that you seek have to align with who you are. They gotta align with who you are. Start aligning. Stop pining for your prince and princess. Stop pining for Prince Charming and get to the boat. I'm driving the boat. Haters be doing the most. Talking that shit, you gonna choke on one with the smoke. Two to three with the scope. Stand no longer as a rope. It's now gonna go. Ride around with the wolves, getting and doing the most. Y'all heard my song, The Boat? Stream it. Fucks with it. Put it out there, bro. You gotta put this stuff out there, bro. It's key to you living your best life. The key. Look for the key to unlock. It was already there. Unlock it. Unlock it. I need to take this. Do you know it's disgusting? Do you know you reek of those tots? A, B, C, D, F, U, and your mom, and your sister, and your mom, and your mom, and you, and your mom. What are you doing, bro? I'm chilling in the tub, talking about living your best life. Fuck jobs. Do what you do. Live your best life. Do what you do. Stop waiting on these bitches. Stop waiting on these men. It's both sexes. You need to get your money up. Get those money up. Get your money up. Get it up. You got time to get your D up. You have time to get your money up. You have time to get your D up. You have time to get your money up. Because again, how you relate with your eggplant and your peach all depends on how you relate to yourself. People mismanage sex, their eggplant, and all these things because they didn't want to be honest with themselves. Again, people who are not satisfied with themselves end up being in the mattress of anybody. Like, that's the reality. People who are not satisfied with themselves. Hold up. Yeah, yeah. When you're not satisfied with yourself, you will use this tool as a means to numb yourself from the pain you feel towards yourself. Because if you notice, the most irresponsible people with their coochie and eggplant are usually people who have tension with themselves. Especially if you ain't got the funds. Like, especially listen, if you ain't got the funds, you got no reason to be making kids. I mean, like, it's just like if you understand the consequences that come with that, you wouldn't be making kids willy nilly. People who make these kind of decisions, there's no clarity in themselves because you wouldn't make such a decision. I mean, kids, when you don't want the person, why would you do that? Or making kids and you ain't got the funds, why would you do that? Unless something is going on over here. How do you relate to yourself? When you love yourself, you don't put yourself in a bind. When you love yourself, you don't put yourself in shitty situations that add stress. And you're stressed because you're shitty towards yourself. And using the eggplant and the peaches, the coochie juices, is not going to alleviate that stress. Do you even read the comments or are you just in your own world? I read comments. Mostly I'm in my own world. Just, that's what life is about. So, but yeah, no, I read comments. So yeah. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, chat. There's also, again, I'm streaming on other platforms as well, so you guys aren't gonna see all the comments. Yeah. You gotta be strategic with this shit. You gotta be strategic. This social media stuff, you gotta be strategic about it. You're not strategic and you're thinking about bullshit, there's no way it can manifest. You're speaking facts. Everything is how you perceive in this world. Yeah, it's how it's exactly. It's what you perceive. Especially if you're a content creator. Like let's say it's you want to pursue content creation. Man, you need to love yourself to do content creation. You have to love yourself. People are gonna attack you in the comment sections. There'll be many times where you're posting getting you the views you want, and you start thinking, well, there's something wrong with me. I'm doing something wrong. You have to love yourself. 'Cause when you love yourself, you have the thick skin to pursue what you need to pursue. Like, I used to be too shy to just put a camera up and go on live, or even perform a song. And that version of me has to go. You can't be, you're pursuing a career that involves interacting in the public. You can't be shy. Again, there's things that come with certain titles that you have to accept and you have to charge it with the game. So if you do content creation, music, you need to have thick skin. You need to have thick skin because if you're gonna let public opinion stop you from putting out your best work, it's not gonna manifest. It's not gonna manifest. I had my own dad told me my music is trash. Like I mean, he wasn't wrong. Like when I first showed my music, it was trash. Like I ain't gonna hold you, but it hit different when it's people close to you saying your music is trash. Like your content is trash. Like it hit different, and you gotta have a thick. You have to have a thick skin. You have to have a thick skin because in most cases, the people closest to you they don't support your content for a reason, and that's gonna really test you. Like, bro, like, do I really have to stop talking to this motherfucker to have faith in myself? Yeah, you do. Because sometimes you have to cut off your parents to get that career going. I mean, that's the reality of it. Especially if your parents are 9 to 5 workers and they didn't have the courage to pursue what they want. I'll say they're gonna hate on your shit. They're gonna hate on your shit. How's your mental, bro? How are you personally, bro? Hope all is well. I've seen you around just preaching. I'm good. I'm good. I mean, this content creation stuff going on live is basically yapping about the same like two topics, like dead ass. Like this is what I've noticed when I like follow pages, I go to that person for a specific thing, and it's the same thing day in day out. Like it's like honestly with you, content creation, people kind of just want to hear the same shit day in day out, just like different versions of it on a Monday, a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, different versions of the same subject. Like so, like I had to take a break. Recently, I had to take a break. I was losing my mind because I was just like, man, this could be better. Like where my career is going, it could be better. And that was a tough pill to swallow because it all depends on you, who you're do, what you're doing, your career. That's why starting your own business is intimidating because the business depends on you. So if you're not straightening yourself or it's not straightening, you only have you yourself to blame. Versus you working for another company, they do their layoffs or restructuring, that's not your fault. But when this is your own company, man, it's all you. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I had to take like 5 months to the face to say, all right, I gotta keep pushing. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, no. Starting your own business is not easy. Going your own trajectory is not fucking easy. It all depends on you. And you see a lot of sides of yourself that you didn't know was there. I'm seeing a lot of sides of myself I wouldn't have discovered had I stayed on the job. Had I stayed on the job, I would have never came to these conclusions. What people attract to everything is how you attract someone. That's doom scrolling. Right? Exactly, bro. I've had to stop the doom scrolling. That doom scrolling is crack. When you stress, that doom scrolling hit different when you stress. I noticed when I'm not stressed, I don't want to doom scroll. When I doom scroll, I'm stressed because there's some shit in my life that I have to face. So if you doom scrolling, there's some shit going on in your dynamic, your vibration. You gotta do something about it. You got to do something about it. And it's also it's at least as a content creator, it's entertainment. You're providing entertainment, and at least for me, I'm figuring out ways on how to entertain, how to get eyes on me, how to entertain, and not take it personal. What people, yeah. Oh, definitely. I gotta experiment and shit, bro. I saw there was some chick that got like 100,000 views or 400,000 views, Ellie Ellis or something within like less than a week. I was just like, bro, are you serious, bro? Are you serious, bro? Because if you got the funds to invest, you get there way faster. You get there way faster. I know I'm confident in my I'm confident in mine. I'm confident in mine. So, because once you know you got the sauce, like no, like you would be depressed going back to a job. You got the sauce. That's like fucking LeBron James working as a damn accountant or software engineer for Facebook. Like that would just make no sense. But you got the sauce. It's like this no way you can waste your sauce on a job. Everyone got the sauce. Everyone has the sauce. You got to decide: do I want to put it on my own burger or give it to someone else? I'm gonna put it on my own burger. I ain't gonna let no job take my sauce. I'm not gonna waste my sauce at a job. No fucking way. I got too much sauce. Too much sauce. Oh, oh. That sauce. That's the key to confidence. When you know you got that sauce, where you can make a brand, you can flip M's, you can create something that's of value to you, beneficial to you, not the world, but to you, man, you won't go back. No matter how high the bills go. Because I go back to a job, I'm wasting my sauce. I'm not going to waste my sauce. You spend so much time glazing your boss's left nut. You didn't even realize you got nasty juices on your face. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, I can't kiss ass for $2 and no, it's not gonna do it. Why does they treat me well? Why does my boss treat me like shit? Like you have to kiss ass. Like what egomaniac wouldn't want their ass licked? knowing that they hold the cards to whether you're going to receive a paycheck tomorrow. Think about that for a second. Why wouldn't your boss be a big egomaniac when they know that they can control your finances as long as you keep showing up to this job? Think about it. Like, come on now. Humans are egotistical. That's why most people can't handle power. The power to decide other people's fates. Most people are not going to handle that responsibility. They'll be like, oh, I'm going to use this shit real quick. So these coworkers they're not your friends. These coworkers, they're not going to look out for you. There's a reason why they treat you like shit. They got their little bit of power, and they're going to post it upon you. The ability to fire someone at will, that's, especially if you don't like the person. Because listen, people will not like you just because they don't like you. Like, that's just what it is. But it was the next person. Like, no, people will literally not like you because they don't like you. Like, they don't have to have a reason. And you have to accept, well, that's what it is. Let me stay away from this piece of shit. You're showing it's the same reason why you don't talk to people after high school. Like, you were only there because you were forced to go there. So whatever interactions you make there, it's all going to be fake because you would have never showed up there unless you were forced. It's the same thing with a job. There's no friendships and coworkers and all that because you wouldn't want to be there. You went there because you're forced. Wherever you're not forced to go, that's where you actually want to go. Whenever you have to force yourself to show up somewhere because of obligation, that's when fake friends happen, fake environments, and why you don't persevere. Where you met the person also determines your interaction with them. Has dude ever averaged more than 15 viewers? Yes, I have. I have averaged over 50 viewers before. Working on making that a daily occurrence. It's gonna happen. I already got 3,000 followers. Gotta start somewhere. Gotta start somewhere. I'll tell you, you need thick skin for this shit. I'll tell you, motherfuckers I stay getting roasted on them viewers. I stay getting roasted. Bro. Yo. Right? Like, I saw you could pay. I saw now, even on TikTok ad promote, you can even pay for more viewers on the lives, which is crazy. I said, what? You can do that now, bro? That's like, just put more people on live on the damn chat, bro. I'm telling you, I'm not feeling this paywall shit. I get it, you gotta do what you gotta make your shmoneys, put some extra bread out to get people to look at it. But damn, bro, every other post, just put in $10 more, $20 more, $90 more. Your post will do better than 90% of creators. It's like, what? My post doing better than 90% of creators. Why don't I have a million views? My post doing better than 90% of creators. Why don't I got a million views? That's all I'm saying. At least in my statistical book, you doing better than 90% of creators. You got millions of followers and shit. I was like, when I first saw those notifications of, oh, you're doing better than 90% of creators, I was feeling myself, and then I got pissed when I found out that like everyone gets that notification. Everyone gets. I was like, shit, I thought I was special. How could you do this to me? You said my posts do better than 90% of creators. And you got like 10 views and 1 like. It's crazy. Grinding on the live stream. Grinding! That grind. When you got that grind, you ain't got no time. You ain't got no time. You ain't got no time. When you got time, Grown man. Yes, I am. I'm a grown man in my Party City costume. I feel good, bro. I feel good, bro. In my Party City costume. You know that song's fine. When bamboo, when bamboo.
Has there ever been a time where you guys were doing a song together, right? Half of you guys love the song, half of you guys hate the song.
I can do it.
How do you come to the
You can do it. You can believe in harder cards. That's the truth. You are the heart of the cards, bro. That shit is so real. You can do it, Yugimoto. You can do it. You are the heart of the cards. Again, you are the deck. You are the tarot deck. You are the tarot deck. You decide what's in the deck. Your deck is rigged. It don't matter what happens. You're getting shit. What's in the deck? What's in the deck?
Correct. Has there ever been a time where you guys were?
What's in the deck? Some of y'all walking around with rigged decks and wonder why shit ain't working. It ain't manifesting. It ain't manifested. Why ain't it manifested? You know, I'm hungry. I'm not hungry. Do you know you're aware? I am aware. I feel good right now. Let me just take a selfie. I love it. See, when you could do this on a Friday, that's when you know. That's when you know. Once you enjoy your weekdays, you ain't never trading that for nobody. I'm not trading my weekdays for Misery Incorporated. It's not happening. I can't trade my weekdays for nobody. I can't do it. I can't. I can't do it's Sunday night. So that's Monday night. I can't do that. I don't even know what that's like. I haven't had that experience since 2021. Damn, it's Monday. That's foreign to me now. Every day is Saturday, bro. If I look at weekdays, it's because everyone's at work and I can roam around the city. Uh, that's the only time. Like to me, right now, every day is Saturday, and I do Mondays and Fridays if I want to go out while everyone is at work. Oh, that is an amazing feeling. You could go out on a weekday while everyone is at work, and like the places you want to see and go to, they're empty because everyone is at work. Y'all don't understand, bro. Like that shit felt so fucking good, bro. I'm telling everyone should experience that. I'm telling you, experience that as an adult. Because as a kid, like I feel like as a kid, it's easy to just go, well, I'm a kid. Like, no, you need to experience that as an adult. When you experience that as an adult, it hits different. It hits different. There's more. You got more freedom. You're not living under your parents, and uh, how you look at a job changes. Because when you're an adult, that's when shit starts cracking up and you on your own. When you do that, I'm telling you, when you go outside on a weekday as an adult, because you're on your own journey and you're trying to figure shit out, it hits different. Especially if you quit a job. Oh my, bro, I couldn't do it again. I like my weekdays. Weekdays are amazing. I love Mondays. I love Mondays. Best. Everyone's at work. I get to go outside. No one's outside, bro. Like the trains aren't crowded. Like if anything, I don't like weekends because I see more people on the weekends. I do my plans on the week. I do my plans on the weekdays. I don't even do them on the weekends because weekends everyone's out. They're not at work and they crowding up all the spaces I want to go to. Telling you, bro. And I ain't doing no fucking graveyard shift either. Because see, the reason why you're exhausted on weekends, the reason why you're exhausted on weekdays, but you get up on weekends, is because you are forcing yourself to do something you don't want to do. When you have to force yourself to do something you want to do, you feel an energetic resistance. That's life telling you don't do this. But because of fear, bills, earthly living, you say fuck it, I gotta do this. And that's when you feel the force between you being inauthentic and what you actually want to do. That's why on weekends you can wake up at the crack of dawn and have energy because energy is dependent on what aligns with you and what doesn't. When it doesn't align with you, you feel drained, tired. These are all hallmark signs of forcing yourself to do something you don't want to do, forcing yourself to do something that's not in alignment. When you do something that was meant for you, that just flows with you, you don't have to ask questions. You never feel like you're wasting your time. You don't have to think about it. When you have to think about some shit, in most cases, because you don't want to do it and you have a history with it. Tell you wake up on a weekend, you can wake up at 4 in the morning and feel like you got all the energy in the fucking world. Because I'm not forcing myself to do it. I wake up at 5 in the morning and watch Yu-Gi-Oh! And other Saturday cartoons. But if I try to get up at 5 in the morning, if I try to get up at 7 in the morning for a job, I can't do it. I feel like I lost both my legs. Like I just came back from the war and my legs are gone. How long have you been live? I've been live for an hour and 51 minutes today. Yeah. Yeah, guys. I used to do my bunny costume on these lives 2 years ago. My bunny costume arc, bro. This is why you have to make sure you have a stable life. Your person, it's hard to concentrate on making money when your personal life is distracting you. How are you supposed to get to the bag and you're distracted by what's going on with yourself? So it's like handle your business first. The key to making the bag is handle your business first before you can get to it. Because if you got too much shit going on, there's no way it can manifest. There's no way. You're supposed to concentrate on getting this project done, paying this bill, getting this done. You can't do that when your personal life is in shambles. You can't do that when you're still going on endless dates, you're heartbroken from someone. You can't do that. I tried that and I went crazy. I couldn't do it. You got some shit going on. Sit with that shit first. Just don't bother. Like, listen, if you feeling some type of way, you hurting, deal with the hurt first. Deal with the hurt first. Because that hurt is not gonna go away because you paid a bill. It's not gonna go away on the next 12-hour shift. It's not. It's only gonna get worse. In my opinion. You feel hurt, pain, take the day off, deal with yourself. Don't fucking try to distract yourself. That's the worst thing you can do. That's the worst thing you can do. It won't work. The modern world offers a lot of distractions. It offers a lot of distractions, and it's so easy to entrap yourself. It's so easy to run away. It is so easy to run away. You got the phone, you got dating apps, TV, like the options are endless. But it's crack. It's like crack for the soul. It's crack for your attention. It's crack for your vibration. Doom scrolling, overeating, running away. These all have substance drug like effects on you. I'm telling you, they have drug like effects because when you're whole, you don't feel a stutter in your vibration. You don't feel like you have to second guess some shit. When you're second guessing because you're doing shit you're not supposed to be doing. That's how you second guess relationships. That's how you commit to situations that you don't want to be in, but you stay in it out of fear of second cost fallacy and confronting the situation itself, admitting that you wasted time and energy. I'm telling you, these phones, and then the dating apps. I still remember when before people got comfortable with online dating. I still remember when online dating was still like considered like dangerous. Like now, like we meet people casually for Uber rides, roommates on the internet. Like it's so crazy. I still remember when the internet, was still popping off. Like You couldn't just meet strangers like that, like on the internet. You like now we do it so casually now. Like I never thought we would just jump into people's cars. Remember stranger danger? Stranger danger, you would never jump into people's cars. Now we jumping into random motherfuckers' cars all the time. With the phone, with Uber. Like, you wasn't supposed to do that. I remember when you don't just meet any guy on the internet. And now like we do that shit like it's nothing. We even be going, yo, you might meet your husband on the internet, you never know. You might meet your loved one on the internet, you never know. And this is with all the stories of people, coming up missing, getting attacked by someone they met online. We're still going there. I know because I did that shit too. Meeting strangers on the internet, bad move. That shit did not work for me. The same pieces of shit on the streets or the same motherfuckers on the internet. Like dead ass. The same pieces of shit you see on the street are the same motherfuckers on the internet. There's no difference. There's no difference. So this internet, it's crazy. Again, the shit that used to be like, stranger danger, stranger danger, stranger danger. Man, this phone done took that all away and said, fuck it, let's do it. I'm telling you, without this phone, you would never touch a fucking online website. Hell no. The dating websites used to be, you had to get like a whole computer, a laptop to get on a dating website. A whole laptop and shit. Like now you can just, you want to meet? You need a whole like hard drive and shit just to access what's now on the app. Like, it's wild. I like it though. I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it. Listen, when people go, oh, people have more options and shit because the internet. That's the point. You should have more options. The person that has the most options, that's who they would be. That's who they want to be. Because when you say, oh, people have too many options, no, people are choosing not to settle. Why would you want to be settled on? Why? If anything, you want the person that you're choosing to entrust yourself, you want them to have as many options as possible. Because there's no point in competing with some bitch. There's no point in competing with someone else. And also, when someone doesn't exercise all their options, that means they're settling on you. Because what they wanted isn't available. What they wanted isn't available. That's what I said. The millions of dollars, you at $1 million is different options than $25 an hour, $20 an hour. It's two different people. You want to do stuff when all your options are available. The worst time to meet someone is when you don't got options and you're choosing them out of the best of a bad situation, and then tell yourself stories of, well, they were with me when I was broke, and that's all false stories you tell yourself to convince yourself to stay in a situation that you didn't want. When people go, oh, but they was down for me when it was broke, like no, you're just telling yourself that. People when they say that shit, that's just some feel good social shit. So that they can avoid saying, listen, I want a 9 or a 10. I don't want this person that was with me in the trenches. That's why you have to be honest. I don't want the person that was with me in the struggle. I don't want him. I know I'd be lying to myself. I want the 9 and 10. You have to be honest enough to admit the truth. Because when you choose to settle because you settled on yourself and in life, you're going to end up resenting yourself and the person you're choosing to settle with. Because you want the 9 or 10 that you could afford. Go for the 9 or 10. It makes no fucking sense. You can't force physical attraction. You can't force chemistry. Stop guilt tripping yourself. Oh, but it sounds vain. Duh, sex is vain. Sex is vain. Dating is vain. Duh. Without the vanity of the physical attraction, you would leave them in the friend zone. Stop lying. Sex is vain. Dating is vain. Without the physical attraction, I'd keep them in the friend zone. Without the physical attraction, I wouldn't even talk to their asses. You know this. Let's be honest. That's why I said morals doesn't work. We'll literally kill ourselves to fulfill morals and to avoid someone calling us vain and shallow. Like, you need to be honest. Like, listen, I'm vain and shallow. I want a 9 or a 10. I'm not gonna force myself to settle. You gotta be honest. Stop trying. That's why morals doesn't work. It's about, are you honest with yourself? Are you authentic with yourself? Stop trying this fake moral shit. Morals will have you settling for some bullshit life to prove a point to motherfuckers that hated you anyway. Be honest. I want a 9 or 10. I'm not gonna lie to myself. Everyone wants the 9 or 10. Everyone wants their version of the 9 or 10. No one wants the 4 or 5. That's just the reality. Like, get fucking real. That's why celebrity crushes exist. Because that's the fantasy you want, and you know it's not gonna happen, so you leave it as just as a celebrity crush. Knowing damn well if they was to knock on your door, your crusty ass would drop your current situation shit, your current relationship, and say, I'm going with you. That's why groupies exist. Be honest. Chris Brown, listen, you dating Bob the Builder from HR, splitting 50-50 bills, and you know your ideal type is Chris Brown, millions. Why the fuck would you lie to yourself and say, I'm not going to hop on Chris Brown and take it to the mattress? Yes, you would. See, Breezy. Hey, Shawty was playing. It's good. You say, fuck yeah, Chris Brown, listen, what's good? Scared to read the comments, little bro. Stream multiple choice on all platforms. Thank you, Andrew Hammer. Thank you. Yeah, I got comments. I'm all for the comments. You know, thank you. Yeah, stream it on all platforms. Stream multiple choice. I'm dedicated to this. So shout out to y'all on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Shout out to y'all that support me. Yeah, I appreciate the support. There's strangers. Listen, y'all support me more than the people that I thought were my friends. Y'all support me more than the people I called my family. Real talk, no one fucked with my music. No one around me. And look, those people ain't here with me today. Family, friends, I dropped all of them, bro, to manifest this. I dropped all of them to manifest this, to stay on this journey. Listen, sometimes you gotta drop friends, family members to get where you need to go. Another reason why most people don't reach the ends. You can't take everyone with you, especially if you're going for ends. Get the fuck out of here. Listen, you trying to live for your dream life. You know damn well that's not most people's position. Why are you shocked that the people who didn't in the dream life, your friends and family, don't fuck with you once you started going for that? There's a reason. I'm telling you, there's a reason why you hear people go, man, I was on the come up, I switched up, and then people switched up on me. Because you switched up. People don't care if you down and out and shit. When you start becoming something that they wish they could be, yeah, they're gonna switch up and say fuck you. When you switch up, reality around you switches up. It starts here. Them people, they wasn't your people. You didn't meet these people when you were switching up. You didn't meet these people when you switched up. That's why the people that you thought was gonna be with you when it manifests and they don't show up, that's like telling you they wasn't supposed to be there. It was never meant for you. And remember, you were around these people when you wasn't manifesting shit. The manifestation is not just the money; it encompasses your life, who you choose to be around. That's why these people ain't around no more. They're part of the old self that wasn't working. The people around you could be blocking your manifestation. You have to look at everything. Sometimes you could be doing the right thing, and it's simply the friends you're hanging out that's blocking it from manifesting. It could be something as simple as that. The friends you choose to associate with are blocking what you want to manifest. You got to ask yourself, who am I going to put first, me or them? Because remember, if you knew half the shit they were saying to you, you would not want to be around them. You'd be disgusted at yourself for being desperate for friendship or relationship. You'd be disgusted. Again, I thought there's people that I miss. I can't lie, I miss them sometimes. I think about them sometimes. I thought they were gonna be there, and it turns out they're not. I didn't expect my journey to go this way. I was expecting to be successful, yes, but I didn't expect it to go this way. The way it's gone, didn't expect it. That's why you have to. Oh, that's why the beautiful thing about manifestation is it doesn't go the way you planned it, step by step. Because you're just putting it out there. I want to succeed. You don't know how you're going to get to that point. No one ever knows how they're going to get there. They just know it's going to happen. You will never know how you're going to get to that point. You just know it's going to happen. That's the only thing you can trust in. That's trust in the process. When you know it's going to happen and you're not going to question what happens along the way. Because there's going to be some bullshit. There's going to be some bullshit along the way. But if you fold when some bullshit happens along the way and you quit, then it doesn't happen. That's how you're tested to see if you're worthy. Will you stand through the trials and tribulations to see it through? Because when you fail that test, it fails. It doesn't manifest. That's where most of us fall. The first bump, the first negative balance on the account, missed payment, missed car payment, rent payment, we give up and run back to the job. And that's why it doesn't manifest. You can't run back. That's how manifestation works. Are you going to commit to it regardless of what happens? I've had plenty of missed payments, misstatements, bills due, That's not stopping me. That's not stopping me. That's the key to manifestation. You're not going to let that circumstance stop you. You're not going to let the relationship stop you. You ain't got no time for situationships when you want to better yourself. You don't got time for relationships when you know you have pressing matters. Light your incense. Meditate. Clarity comes when you slow shit down. When you're too busy doing too many activities and not asking yourself what is the end game of these activities, you get burnt out, you get stressed, and you have no clarity. Listen, Dusties depend on you having no clarity. Dusties depend on you on you hating yourself in order for them to gain access to you. Dusties can only gain access to you when you choose to be a Dusty yourself. Simon says that's how life works. You say it, it comes back to you. You don't love yourself, Dusties come to you. Dude, why am I getting Dusties? Stop rejecting them. Stop accepting them. And don't use that as an excuse to say, well, why isn't the person I want coming to you? You are the person you want. The person you want isn't going to come in the form of another body. The person you want isn't going to come in the form of another human. It's you. You're the person you want. You're responsible for whether this ship floats or sinks. You're the Titanic ship. Do you want to crash into the iceberg or fly in the sky? That's intimidating. For most of us, that's intimidating because that means we're responsible for how this shit goes, and then no one else is going to help you. And a job is comfortable because you do your role and you don't take responsibility for whether the company fails or not. But the downside is the job puts a cap on your potential, and the job can drop you at any time, which you didn't want to think about either. Most of us don't even think, wait, what do I do when the job drops me? And you're going on the assumption that this job won't drop you, fire you at any time. That's too big of to me. That's too big of a gamble. I'm not going to take that risk. Is it good to stay celibate? Definitely. You're not missing anything. It's good to stay celibate. I'll be honest with you. Had I known what I know now, I would have stayed celibate. Stay celibate. It's not worth it. Listen, when it comes to having sex, I'm not gonna lie and sit here and say it doesn't feel good. It feels good. But there's stipulations that come with having sex. There's stipulations that come with going in the mattress with someone. The person brings their energy, they bring their problems, and they bring their own intentions. And you have to ask yourself, is that something I want to be involved in? Because a lot of times we'll confuse ourselves and look at rolling in the mattress as love and not realizing it's just the sex. That's it. You're using the person to go in the mattress with them. And as you're doing this, you're taking in their energy, their problems, all these things. People come with all these dynamics. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Because at the end of the day, you still have to sleep at night. Even when you're snuggling with someone, you're still. That doesn't stop the intrusive thoughts in your head. That doesn't stop your own life. That doesn't stop your own life. And if your own life is not where it should be, no partnership, no sex is going to block that out. That's why relationships fail, because you still have to look at yourself, even in the midst of a relationship. And people bring their own troubles and their shit with them. So no, you're not. So yeah, you're not missing anything, because remember, people come with them as well. They come in with their dynamic, and that's the part like we forget that people don't just come with sex and physically attractive. They come with their problems, energy, dynamic, and situations. And do you really want to tie yourself to that? So when people go, oh, but they just want to have sex and duh. I don't want to be tied to your problems. I don't want to be tied to your situation. When you agree to a relationship, you're choosing to tie yourself to someone else's situation. And you convince yourself that you're going to somehow benefit from your inserting yourself in someone else's life. And usually it's in the exchange of sex. Like, let's be honest. Usually it's in exchange for some sex. That's why friendships are less pressure. You know, we hang out, hi, bye, and I leave. A whole relationship and shit, there's more expectations. Because now you're laying in a bed with this person. They're going to be expecting more out of you. Come on, let's get real. It's not a high and by friendship shit. Especially when you choose to put a relationship label on it. That's it. Now you're in charge of meeting their needs. You're in charge of, if they're feeling this type of way, they'll go to you. Or you're in charge of, they don't want you. And then they have to decide whether they want to be honest with you or continue using you. Because that's how relationships last past their expiration date, because one or both parties doesn't want to be honest and say, I don't want this anymore. So they'll stay for limerence, memories, and no, sex is not worth it. In my opinion, sex is not worth staying with someone. There's only so many times, because again, that person comes with their problems, their dynamics. You got your own problems and dynamics. Are you sure you want to insert yourself in someone else's situation in exchange for sex? Is that really worth it? Do you really want to? I've heard toxic quotes of, well, everyone comes with their baggage. It's deciding whose baggage you want to take. Who do you want to love enough to accept them for who they are? I don't want to accept your baggage. I don't want to accept that. That's not my job. It's not my job. That's why, in my opinion, man, you keep the sex casual. Keep it casual. Because once you start adding the relationship titles to it, now you're inserting yourself as a source for relieving their woes, problems, situations. Like, that's what, just keep it casual, in my opinion. I look back at my decision. I'm like, you're a fucking clown, bro. You're putting yourself through stress for 2 seconds of pleasure. Not worth it. I'm telling you, we invite the wrong person in just to get those 2 seconds of pleasure because we believe it's going to be worth it. Nope. And then you try to glorify struggle. Like, no, this is why but you're supposed to work on the marriage. And like, no, that means it's long expired. Let it go. Once you have to seek couples therapy, it's over. Once you have to see shit like couples therapy, that means it's over, and you're believing it's a badge of honor. It's like, no, it's like going to HR for a shitty work environment. They're not going to listen to you. They don't give a fuck. Why are you choosing to put up with it? I'll tell you, the ways we convince ourselves to stay in a situation we know we don't want, it's clever. It's clever. I'll tell you, therapy means it's too late. It's stressing you out. It's time to leave. This person ain't worth it. This person is not worth it. I'm telling you, no human is worth slapping a title on it and having consistent sex every day. No person is worth that. No person is worth that. The hormones, them hormones, they those same hormones that convince you, yeah, go get it. Those are going to be the same hormones releasing cortisol in you when you're stressed out, wondering, why isn't she texting me back? Why isn't he coming home? Or why is he smacking me up? Like that happens as well. You got crazy humans that will say they love you and they bop you, they bop. So you getting bopped again. There's someone right now that believes that jumping in the mattress with someone is worth getting popped in the face. Like, nah, bro, that's not worth it. It's not worth it. You gotta ask yourself what's worth it to you. People ain't worth. They're not worth the stress and dynamics they bring. They're not worth the stress and dynamics. You're simply uncomfortable with yourself, and you have to sit with it and ask yourself, why am I settling for it? When bam boom, when you do, when baloo, when baloo. Do not bring that there. So, is it worth it? Tell me, baby, is it worth it? Oh, I won't give you the world, baby girl. You just gotta be worth it. I won't give you the world, baby girl. You just gotta be worth it. You just gotta be worth it. No. You just gotta be worth it. You just gotta be worth it. You just gotta be worth. Oh shit. Oh fuck. I'll give you the world, baby girl. You just gotta be worth it. Tell me, is you worth it? Damn, I spoke too much. Stop, bro. Yeah. I'ma give you the world, baby girl. You just gotta be worth it. People ain't worth it. They're not worth the struggle. So don't let anyone fool you into believing, I'm a loser. I can't get laid. It's not worth the lay, bro. The stress is not worth the lay, bro. You're not getting something from it. Stop doing it. Because I remember I was getting clowned for being a virgin, and my stupid ass decided to get in bed with people I don't want to get in with to lose my virginity. Shoot, when I lost my virginity, that shit was whack as hell. It was whack as hell. And I only did it to say, I got it over with. Horrible experience. And the person was ugly. Oh, telling you, it's not worth it. If you're not down with it for real, don't do it because you don't want to get clowned. Do not do something to avoid getting clowned. Your ego depends on doing shit you don't want to do, so you can say, yeah, I did it. I impressed the world. No, you didn't. Yeah, when someone clowns you, bro, it don't matter what you do. They clowned you. That means they never liked you. They revealed it the first time. Why would you want to impress someone that clowned you? Like, they're just like, why would you want to do that? It's very interesting what humans are willing to do. I will give you the world, baby girl. You the world, baby Rolling up in that baby, rolling up in that baby, rolling up in that baby. I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to live baby. I'll give you the world, baby girl. You just gotta be worthy. You just gotta be worthy. You just gotta be worthy. I will give you the world, baby girl. You just gotta be worthy. You gotta be worthy. You just gotta be worthy. What's poppin', baby? I'ma show up, young Ray-Ban, and you know me, bitch, came in, pulled up in that Bugatti, and I got that shawty, and I'm feeling like that Gotti, and I'm feeling too hot, oh man, I be seeing that on me, stack the fees, put it on me, I got the keys, your boys ain't fucking with me, so drop the man, cause I'm about that get in my hand, and I'm gonna do my dance, sending up to teach my friends, baby, I'm gonna do my dance, broken ass hard, baby, go back in that dance. Oh, you just gotta be worthy. You just gotta be worthy. You just gotta be worthy. I will give you the world, baby girl. You just gotta be worthy. Oh, gotta be worthy. Thank you. It's and I am. Yeah. I will give you the world, baby girl. You just gotta be worthy. I am worth it. You just gotta be worthy. Yeah. That's right. This blasting through the speakers. Yes, it is. Do you know you're okay with that? Blasting through the speakers, yo. I will give you the world, baby girl. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Bow. Every time I get down, every time I get love, I know Leo Beso, know my name. I love everyone I let is right. Everybody, Get your money, bitch. Elbow the Panther, bitch. Elbow the Panther, bitch. Get that money, bitch. Listen, listen, listen to this track, bitch. Elbow the Panther, bitch. What the fuck? You burst into my pop. You don't think so? It's Elbow the Panther. It's Elbow the Panther, bitch. Oh, you know the my life. Elbow the Panther. What the? Gordon, maricon! Stop doing fucking hiccups. You're interrupting my karaoke, bitch. I'm trying to do fucking karaoke and I'm being interrupted with fucking hiccups and shit. Well, it's over! I gotta wait till I stop hiccup. Bro, what's the science behind hiccups? Like, why do we even hiccup? Like, hiccups usually hiccups are literally the most useless human function. The most useless bodily function. Like, all hiccups do is stop me from doing what I need to do. Elbow the Panther, bitch! What you want? Oh, shit. Stop it. Bro, stop interrupting my music, bro. Stop interrupting my music. Elbow the Panther, bitch! Oh, shit. These hiccups. Let go. Let me see. It's your diaphragm. Okay. I was wondering. I was like, how? Usually I get hiccups when I have like something hot and spicy. That's the only time I get hiccups. I got a fucking hot. I got it from just singing. Like, what the fuck? Yeah. I told you, karaoke on a Friday night, it don't get better than that. Like, it don't get better than that. Let me see. You don't get better than that. Let me see. Oh shit. Yeah. You know I gotta rep my shit. Yeah. Elbow the Panther! Elbow the Panther, bitch! What you want? A, B, C, either way I'm about to slide when I ain't through with the dick. Smoking sauce! Kush OG tillin' on my lights out like Z. Let go! 1, 2, 3, throw it back, take a shot, let the chop on me. When I short kiki, either way I hit your base when I ski. What's poppin'? Not the nut on your face, cause the way that ate is dropped, could've swore it was baked. Why you watching? Nut in the face, cause the way I cook the chicken could've swore Chick-fil-A. The way I cook a chicken could've swore Scarface. The way I cook a kitchen could've swore Ramsay. Hustle by nature written in my DNA. I keep a couple students cause I got this today. Crinkle blue and booty, who gon' die today? Ooh. Wake up to some coochie, keep it roll, I say, ooh. Chopper do your duty, turn him to filet. Big Draco make a hater do the queen. Diamonds drip like water, you just got to say. Higher than a charter, you don't need a plane. Higher than your daughter when she hit the game. Sheep to the slaughter, I'm a ruler. What you want? A, B, C, either way I'm about to slide when I do. Smoking sauce! Kush OG tillin' on my lights out like Z. Let go! 1, 2, 3, throw it back, take a shot, let the chop on me. With a hoe! Third quick key, either way I hit your face when I ski. Where you at? Smoking some. Elbow the Panther, bitch! Bitch!
Gang, gang. L-Fro the Panther, bitch! The boat, haters be doing the most. Talking that shit, you gon' choke. I want to smoke. Bitch, don't drop the smoke. Extendo, fucking your nose. You know where to go. Two the things with the scope. Extendo, long as the rope. Getting the dope. Ride around with the woes. Getting it, doing the most. I'm getting the most. Second the bread and toast. I'm better from head to toe. You bitches is toast. Carmelo on the post. Now you watch it from the flow. That boy's a hoe. We seen that skirt in the hoe. Slowing up the level roast. You know where it go. Skirting the bitch out of the most. Now she asking where it go. Straight to the stove. Sit back and shot the coke. Bouncing the bitch on the boat. You know where it go. Blurring that girl with the nose. Pretty bitches getting low while you're on your toes. I'ma hit you with the phone. I look just rubbing his nose. To chuck out the phone. Dropping the squeeze at your toe. Squeezing these shots in your home. You know where it go. Hitting it in control. Bitches come stick to the dope. But the money is cold. Got on the greets on the mold. 200 pounds to smoke. Hands lighter like coke. You ain't got nothing to do. Cause you ain't mom's support. Cause she on my show. Bringing my mom on the toe. Your son say you was a hoe. Bitch! Haters be doing the most. Talking that shit, you gon' choke. I'm with the smoke. Bitch, don't dodge the soap. Extendo long as your nose. You know we go. Shoot the bitch with the scope. Extendo long as the rope. I'm getting this dope. Ride around with the road. Getting it doing the most. I'm pushing out holes like injuries. You ready to be concrete sucking D. I'm back to the phone in C3. I'm checking your hoes at the money fee. You wanted to show at least and at least. I'm talking them rags, no single please. Hey, little man, get back to the beat. Cold out with your rags, they chase the beat. Homes, they jump back and rock. Yeah, ain't coming back for that properly. Where the fuck was you at when I'm saying grease? Playing for a little cheese. I was a little flat before a little cheese. Aliens don't come without hatery. Better come with the drum if you touch a piece. AK like a stripper, she clapping cheeks. AK like a stripper, she clapping cheeks, ho. Bitch. Extendo, fucking your nose, you know where to go. 2, 3 pieces of the scope. Extendo long as a road. I'll get in the dope. Ride around with the woes, getting it doing the most. Bitch. The boat. Stream my song, The Boat. I told you, I got 39 songs. Holla at your man. 39 songs. On Spotify, YouTube, Apple Strudel. It's on Apple Strudel too. Stream it. Support your man. Alright? I'm independent. I ain't got no record label support. And ain't no record label gonna come holler at me unless I'm already popping. So, and at that point, what's the point of a record deal? Ain't that funny? The record label ain't even gonna come support your ass until you've made the virality yourself. Like, bro, that's the whole point of a record deal. It's like you make the virality for me, dumb fuck. Like, that's why music ain't hitting the same. These record labels don't want to fucking develop no artists, no nothing. They don't want to do any real support, no nothing. They want you to do all the work. It's like, bitch, I can do that myself then, bro. That's why this AI shit, bro. This AI shit taking over. Like, bro, the AI will make a song for you. Record label won't even do that. You can make free songs with AI, bro. I see why AI is popping off. Listen, that's why the songs ain't hitting the same. These labels don't want to put in the development. They don't want to invest in the artist. It's like, okay, well, I'm gonna just go get AI then. I mean, what did you expect? That's why the AI music is popping now. The labels don't want to develop the artist, develop the sound. So, because the labels are part of why the music isn't hitting. They don't want to develop the person's sound. They don't want to hire the vocal coaches. That's why you're not getting no more Mariah Careys, no Whitney Houstons, no Tupac's. You're not going to get that no more. They don't want to invest in the artists like that. So you're going to get that microwave shit, and that's all you can do. Turn me up, turn me up, turn me up. Stream my new song, Gas. It's popping. Yeah. Gas in the tank, ass fat, shoulder shake, son. Move to the left and the right. I'm a boss shit. That's in the tank, I pack, I'm a break, son. Bands to the left and the right. I'm a fuck shit. Too drunk, I almost lost the car. Meet me at the fucking handstand with a couple rolls. Bitch, I'm ballin' like a fucking yard. Driving high class, so I'm geeking off the fucking ball. Pistol on me if I want him. Put it on me if a baby want him. At the party, got my 40 while I'm smoking gas. Fuck school, I'm up on Tuesday with no hall pass. Shorty fucking, I said, nah, I just need some math. Hit it like a DoorDash, if I get it running back. Turn me up, turn me up, turn me up.
Turn me up, turn me up, turn me up. Turn me up, turn me up, turn me up. Turn me up, turn me up, turn me up.
Gas in the tank, ass fat.
Ah! Mom! No! Quick move! Quick move! Bro, that's my Yukimoto chain, bro. I was broken. Yeah, Street Gas. That's my latest song. I'm always making music. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, multiple choice is not my only song. I know some of y'all be wondering. It's not my only song. Okay. Okay. This is another song I got, Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z. Support your man.
L-Fro the Panther, bitch.
Oh, fuck. Hold on. Oh, fuck. I fucked up my chain, bro. L-Fro, I found about you in middle school and I graduated this year. What do you think about this? I've been doing this hustle for too long. That's what I think about it. Right? Y'all was in middle school and I'm still here. Y'all was in middle school. Bro, I should be an honorary member of the school at this point. Oh.
A whole lot of money.
No, I gotta run the song back. Yeah. We should be rich right now, L-Fro. Bro, exactly, bro. I've been doing this for too long. That was on me. I fumbled the bag. I had opportunities and I fumbled it. That's on me, bro.
Whoa. Jungle when I flex. Why you mean monkey? Fucking text. It go deep, son.
Now I should be rich by now, bro. Focus on your goals. I let opportunities fumble, bro. I let numerous opportunities fumble. That's why I'm at where I'm at, bro.
Where she go? Where she at? Oh, like a stripper. Make it clap. Let me see something. Wrapping up the motor. Hellcat got a mean muggy. Official. The pistol. A whole lot of money. I ain't talking about a trickle. Chatty you my tears and they ain't dropping the pistol. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? Goku around my neck. Five shit. Let me see something. Put you in the tech. Bow, bow. It ain't mean nothing. Struggle in a flesh. Why you mean nothing? Show a fucking text. Whoa.
Yeah.
L-Fro the Panther, bitch.
Yeah, that's my song, Dragon Ball Z. Stream it. I tell you, I got 39 other songs, bro. I've been doing this shit for 6 years, man. 6 years. It's been too fucking long. No, it's been too long. I'm gonna be honest. It's been too long. It don't take 6 years to get a career. For y'all doing this, if you're doing this and you're not seeing a progress within, I'm gonna say 2 years. If you don't see progress, and you've been posting consistently, doing your work consistently, you found your sauce, you found your direction. If by year 2 it's still not manifesting, then you need to start looking at yourself. Start looking at yourself because you're the problem. You have to be in alignment for shit to line up. Contracts,
going viral. All it has to line up. Vibration in line, it's not gonna open up. So I'm speaking from experience. I was doing the work, getting the sauce, and I realized I wasn't in alignment. My mom was on some bullshit. Mom was on some bullshit. And the career didn't manifest. So that's why I'm still here. So yeah, 2 years. This is my rule. 2 year rule. You've been working diligently on your career 2 years and ain't nothing manifesting, then you have to look at yourself. You're not in alignment. It doesn't take 6 years to get a career. We miss 100% of the shots we don't take. L-Fro, you should do call-ins or interviews. I think you'd be popping if you did. Bro, I've been thinking that. I think I might start doing that. I'm gonna let this platform progress, and then I'll start thinking about calling. Cause I've been dead ass thinking about call-ins too. Like, bro, yo, it's so crazy. You know what's crazy too, y'all? Listen, for those that remember my bunny arc back in 2023, I was gonna start doing call-ins, and then yeah, I my account got fucked up, and then I downward spiraled from there. I downward spiraled. Like I wasn't. Let's see. This is advice. If you're gonna put content on these apps, make sure you follow community guidelines. Make sure you follow community guidelines. Uh, you don't follow community guidelines, yo shit, you're gonna get some strikes. I didn't listen and I didn't bounce back. Let me see. I remember I joined a YouTube live in 2023 and I told you about the idea, but I couldn't find your account for a while. Yeah, bro, I got fucked over in 2023. You remember? Yeah, I got fucked over in 2023 and I kind of like I took too long of a hiatus. That's what happened. After 2023, for those that remember, I used to do lives on TikTok and YouTube with my bunny costume. Uh, I didn't follow community guidelines, and instead of like saying fuck it, I'm gonna continue going. I kind of just I got fucked in the head, and then my personal life came, and I stopped it together. Like I didn't because like me, I like to do wild shit. I like to do wild shit. I like to do wild shit, and I didn't want to accept that you can't. You gotta watch what shit you do on these platforms. This is everyone: YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. You gotta watch out what you do. Otherwise, it's just because that was another reason why I was not fucking progressing. I didn't want to accept that I have to make content that works with the platforms. It don't work with the platform. Your platform ain't gonna be platforming. Because there was many times I was like, bro, I should be having like at least like 100K followers by now. Like, what the fuck? Uh, yeah, don't get those community. Do not get the community guideline strikes. Do not do that. Trust me, I've wanted to do so much wild shit on these fucking apps, and yeah, wrong move, wrong move, wrong move. Maybe try something other than this, bro. Doing this has kept me from getting more strikes. I like I could do some other wild shit. This has kept me from getting strikes. Yeah, I realized this after my one account that I made a bit of moolah with on TikTok got banned. Shit really discourages a person. Bro, pay experiment, bro. That's exactly what happened. Because I was starting to get some moolah from TikTok, that ass. And I said, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, the portal's gonna finally open. And my account got 50 fucked up, and I didn't continue after that. I said fuck. That was my situation. That was my. I should have went back on. I knew I had the songs, bro. I feel you on that. It gets discouraging though, like especially if you invested money into an account just for it to get shut down. Because I invested money into my 2023 account, and I was so pissed it still got shut down. Uh, so this time around, I said fuck no. I've already wasted thousands of dollars. I'm not gonna put thousands of dollars uh, into this one and not get no return. So if y'all see me on TikTok ads, thank you. I'm paying for the ads. You gotta pay for the ads. Listen, you gotta ball. You gotta pay ball. I realize I gotta invest some money. I ain't got time to wait. Uh, so I do the promos. I said this. I'm not getting my shit shut down. I put too much money in it. I put thousands of dollars into this. I put thousands of dollars into TikTok. I'm not gonna fuck up my account again. So I've been. It's taken too many tries. Trial and error. That's why I said, listen, before you put a promo on your account, test try it. Make sure that your content doesn't violate the rules. Because again, you'll pour thousands of dollars into an account and then lose it. Exactly. I put promos and not even that. I had that account for like 4 years. Bro, yo, I even knew too. You know what the funny part is? Something told me before I lost mine on 2023. Something told me like, bro, like chill. Why don't you take a break and chill and reassess what you're putting out there? And my internet ass went, nah, ain't shit gonna happen. Like, I don't know. Huh? Maybe try something other. Can you get a job? I can't get a job. That's for broke people. The job is for broke people. I want to make $1 million a year. I can't do that at a job. I'm working towards $1 million a year. No job's gonna pay me $1 million a year. So if you know a job that's gonna pay me $1 million a year, let me know. Let me know. Don't listen to them, Pharaoh. Stay unemployed. Exactly. I'm staying unemployed. I want $1 million a year. I accepted that I can't do just over broke. I need $1 million. Y'all ain't paying me no M's. I ain't gonna show up. I know what I can. I know what I can do. I know what I'm capable of, and I know what life is like, bro. You can vacation on the islands, go away. That lifestyle is possible. Like there's people really living that. And I said, nah, I want that for myself. I want that for myself. You can do it. Again, there's people chilling. They're not stressed, not thinking about no finances. That's the life everyone wants. Why shouldn't you give yourself the opportunity to pursue it? That's the life I want. I can go to Japan tomorrow. If I'm sad, I'm going to go to a restaurant, then travel, smoke some za, and thug it out. That's what I want to do. Like, I'm not going to go through no fucking life shit and then have to, like, save face for work tomorrow. I can't do that. I tried that. That shit was aggy. Real, I'd be on the live talking crazy when someone would say you gonna get banned. I didn't believe this, bro. Right? You don't believe it? I didn't believe it either, bro. I said, nah, ain't nothing gonna happen to me. I'm not gonna get a strike. Ain't nothing gonna happen to me. The app was like, "Ha, you thought?" The app was like, "Huh, you thought we wasn't gonna strike your shit? We strike your shit. Look at you with a brave face too." Bro, that's fucked up too, bro. Like, you'll pay for the fucking promo, you can still get your shit blocked. Like, bro. Yeah, this world is cold world, bro. Thank you for the thousands. Thank you for investing in us. We still destroyed your channel. Thank you, next. Thank you, next. Isn't that fucked up, bro? I feel like, listen, if you pay for advertising, you should get like a leeway. Like, bro, I invested directly in this app. You still gonna come at me for that? Like dead ass, there should be like a bribery charge. Cause you know you have to bribe the algorithm to get it there, right? So there should be like extra leeway. Like, okay, you invested this kind of money, we'll let some shit slide. Cause I be seeing accounts that be letting hella shit slide, bro. And I'm just like, bro, how? Like, I show a foot in this motherfucker. Bro, I remember last week, I had to be careful with how I exit the tub. Because it would trigger the algorithm to go, boop, boop, boop. You are in a sexual position, showing off your legs and shit. I'm like, what? I'm wearing a whole garment. What are you talking about? Like, it's that serious. So, yeah, you can do anything you put your mind to. I agree, paid experiment. I totally agree. You put your mind to it, some shit will happen. Shit, I'm doing stuff I couldn't even dream Like you told me I was gonna be alive chatting people. I wouldn't believe it. I wouldn't believe it. Like me having the confidence to do that, regardless of the smoke, regardless of the viewers, like because trust me, it's very damaging to the ego when you got no one at the chat and you have to like still talk to yourself, still speak as if there's a million motherfuckers in here. That's um that's confidence. That's confidence. Because trust my ego be flipping out, but it got to start somewhere. That's right, AI summary. I like this AI summary thing. They be summarizing it perfectly. Creator discusses mistakes made on social media and paid ads. I will say though, I will say this though, I do like that TikTok added a feature where you can remove strikes by doing the training. By doing the training, if you, I know that was a new feature that wasn't here 2 years ago, where like they'll be like, all right, if you answer these questions right, we'll let that shit slide. I like that feature. I think every app should have that feature because you don't like, cause like y'all like motherfuckers, the algorithm be tripping and getting you for some shit like you wasn't even privy of, or like it could be a complete mistake. I told you last week I had to be careful leaving the tub because it would trigger the algorithm saying, "Oh, you're in a sexual position," and then it like, and it's just my legs with a tuning. Like, so real talk. No, that's true. It only works for the first one, bro. I failed some training shit a few days ago. I was so pissed, bro. I was like, bro, how? How? I had a chance and I failed. It was 2 questions. I was like, really, bro? So yeah, no, it's very interesting, bro. These the social media thing. And we used to clowning other countries, man. Please, please. I wish I could try. You know what? There is one social media website I would like to try. I want to try like WeChat. If y'all ever heard of WeChat, I think it's like I think it's like it's like I think it's the Chinese version of Instagram or something. I would like to try that. See, and see what's up. Cause like that's like I feel like honestly all social media, like it's all just like various interfaces. Like I feel like whatever they got going on overseas, they should make it available here in America. Cause WeChat, TikTok, like they essentially have the same interfaces, really. I mean, I think TikTok has a better I think TikTok has the best interface out of all of them. But yeah, I put Instagram second and then YouTube third. That's how I rate my apps. TikTok, Instagram, then YouTube. Twitter, I I like. I think Twitter is only good if you want to get past. Twitter's more lax with what you can post. That's about it. But I would like to try that WeChat. See what's good on WeChat, bro. I don't know if they have TikTok overseas or in China anymore. Pharaoh, when will you change your clothes? I might swap out for like the Grim Reaper costume or the bunny costume. I got more costumes than actual clothes. Dead ass. I got more costumes than actual clothes, and I wear this more often than my actual clothes. I rarely be going outside these days, even with the nice weather. I be mostly chatting with y'all these days. So yeah, the Pharaoh. Yeah, the Pharaoh's chilling, chatting, seeing what's good. I might go to the mall a little later, check it out, maybe grab a snack. I want to live like a kid forever. I don't want to. I can't do adulting. Trying to adult is why I ended up in the psych ward 3 times. That's another reason why it took so long for me to come back from my hiatus. I spent 3 times in the hospital ward in 2024 to like the first half of 2025. Yeah, adulting. I didn't want to accept adulting doesn't work. It included how I saw relationships and dating. It was just like no. The kid in me was like, "What are you doing? You just want to play with your toys, have fun online, and call it a day. Like, why are you trying to be a miserable adult? Why are you trying
to impress people. Like, keep it simple. Like, when I was a kid, I didn't think about this shit. I just wanted to play with my toys and have fun. Maybe drink my juice box. And I'm realizing this now. Uh, I'm realizing this now. I'm in my late 20s. Um, that I want to. I'm realizing this now in my 20s that I just want to live like the 5-year-old me. I don't want to do this adult shit. I thought adulting was going to relieve my pain in school, and once I became an adult, it was just like, wait, the pain never ended. I still remember when I was in the 3rd grade, I was like, fuck, I can't wait to get to the 12th grade and end this shit already. This shit is fucking torture. I hated school, bro. That shit was torturous. Like, that's another reason why I ended up in the hospital. I spent so much time blocking out, 12 years of going to school, be like, oh, I want to get the fuck up out of here. That all that shit came back. Cater to the Chinese audience, right, bro? I'm telling you, they should put WeChat up in here. Honestly, I think all the countries should click up and just like have one I think one universal app, or like a universal app where like all the apps are connected and you can like post and it goes to all of them. That's what I think they should do, because like we already talking with each other overseas. I don't see the point in like, oh, and this app has to stay in America, this app has to stay in China. It's just kind of like we're all using the fucking internet, and also people be using VPNs. People be using VPNs to use certain apps that aren't available in their local store. So like, just make one fucking app for everybody. I'm telling you, everyone's gonna jump on that. We got AI translator now, bro. You can make posts in different languages, and you can get that shit translated. In my opinion, I used to say that about school, but working a 9 to 5 is much crazier, to be honest. Yes, I'm from New York. No, bro. To me, work is like getting paid to go to school. I didn't last long in the gig economy, bro. So I didn't last long in the 9 to 5 shit. Because most of my work experience was in the gig economy. I've only had like, I'm gonna tell you, I've only had like 3 months experience working a full-fledged 9 to 5. A full-fledged 9 to 5 where you show up to the office, clock in, do your shit, and leave. I only lasted 3 months in that. Most of my work experience was gig work. Before I did L-Fro, most of my work was gig work. So I was still like halfway in, halfway out. Because once you go to a full job, that's it. It's locked. Click, lockdown, bro. I didn't last long. I was used to getting up. Let's see, because I was a messenger. So like DoorDash, Uber Eats, like that's on your time, and you can take a day off whenever you want. That's where I was I didn't like fully like convert to like the full 9 to 5 where you got to ask for time off, this and that, show up to. I didn't do that until COVID, and I didn't last long. 3 months, it was done. I couldn't do it, bro. I had to watch Naruto for like half my shift to make it through the day, and I got caught doing that. I made it through Naruto Shippuden. Like, I would do like most of my work in the morning, get a big ass lunch, and then watch Naruto for the rest of my shift from like 12 to 3. I would do my shift from 7, because my shift was from 7 to 3:30. I would do all my work from 7 to 12, eat a big ass lunch, and watch Naruto for the rest of it. And they caught on because I wasn't doing my work properly. And they were trying to give me forced overtime. That's right, people. Jobs can give you forced overtime. You want to know how? Uh, if your workload is constantly revolving and constantly like, if you got a constant workload every time you show up to work, and that your job depends on finishing the projects and the workload on time, you're gonna be working overtime that you don't want to work, forced overtime, because you could put the project off, but then you risk getting fired. Then you have a backlog of work that you have to continue tomorrow. So they would get me on that. And then like, let's say 3:30 came and I didn't finish my project. They'd go, well, you want to stay here until you finish it. And then that means I could still be there for another like 2 to 4 hours. And it's like, what the fuck? I put in a forced 12 hours. Mandatory overtime is real, y'all. You gotta ask yourself, what is when you go to these jobs, you gotta ask what's the detail of the work, because these jobs will put mandatory overtime in your ass and you don't even know it. And it was like, yeah, I got overtime, but I didn't want to do it. I didn't put in a request for it. I didn't want it. I value my time. Even with overtime, I still wasn't interested in working more hours. Even with overtime, the pay wasn't enough for me to convince me to work more hours. I'm already exhausted. I'm getting up at 5 in the morning. I gotta get there by 7. And now you want me to work overtime? Hell no. And then I still gotta travel back on top of that. I still gotta travel back from work on top of that. Like, you ain't getting paid for that, that's free. Like, let me see. Right? It be like that. That's what I said, nah, bro. And luckily I'm in I'm from New York. So I don't, we don't do cars. Cars, it's trains. It's trains and public transport. So that makes it a lot easier because I couldn't imagine having to like drive to work. Because technically when you have to drive to work, you're technically paying to go to the job. You're technically paying to go to the job. You gotta pay the gas, the car upkeep. Let's say the car breaks down, that's an unexpected expense. Like, I don't feel cars. I don't like that at all. That's why I like Japan. Japan, you don't need a car anywhere. You don't need a car to go everywhere in Japan. You could travel through Osaka, Kyoto, Tokyo, with just trains. Doing just trains alone, bro. They even had a fucking train that goes up the side of a fucking mountain. I'm telling you, Japan knows. They said, your ass gonna pay hella Skrilla for that car. I'm telling you, bro, if you drive a car to work, you are paying to go to work. You are paying to go to work. That's a ripoff to me. That's a ripoff to me. At least public transport, you know, the only unexpected expense is if they choose to hike the fare. But your car, the motor stops running or the oil gotta get changed. You could you could start paying upwards of like $1,000 and more to get that fixed. Y'all don't even like consider that. That's like I couldn't live in overboard areas. Hell no. They charge you extra to move. That's why I don't like the burbs. You have to pay extra to move. I don't want to pay extra to move. The fuck? Get the M's. That's why I say get the M's. Just get these fucking. You need millions. Motherfuckers need to stop playing games on these streets. You need millions to live a comfortable lifestyle. Comfortable. That just over broke shit. That ain't it. You should have money left over to go on vacation, to go to a nice restaurant, treat yourself. What's the point of having money if you can't even splurge and enjoy it? What's the point of money when you don't have the time to enjoy it? What's the point of money when you don't have the time to enjoy it? Like, that's something you really gotta sit with. I get it. Being on the street is shitty. But how is having no time to enjoy the money that you worked for any better? I don't want to fucking show up to the apartment to sleep and get up and leave the apartment again. Like, that defeats the whole purpose of having an apartment. I should be able to spend time in that bitch. And you got to stay up, lose sleep to enjoy your me time? Nah, that ain't it. That's not worth it. Then that's not worth it. That's why I say 2 jobs isn't worth it. But what's the point of the money if I ain't got time to enjoy it? That don't make no sense. I want to enjoy myself. Enjoy yourself. BBC, please. They're going to ban me if I try to do that. I'd show my BBC, but I will show my BBC. But I'm finna get banned. I don't want to get banned. Imagine, bro. Twitter though, bro. I saw some wild stuff where someone put their eggplant in a turkey. If you know what I mean, they put their schlong in a turkey. I said, what the fuck? Motherfuckers is weird. In an old turkey.
But you could tell that he just bought the turkey from the supermarket because it still had the tag on it. I said, what? I said, y'all wildin', bro. Y'all wildin'. Bro. Why didn't you question that? And it was some hillbilly motherfucker too. Like, it was just. What time is it? It's gonna be 5. Looks like it's 6. I'm blind ass. Oh shit. Oh, 5%. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, bro. At least, like, listen, at least unemployed people, they got time. I want to use my time. I want time to do shit. I don't want time to just, like, you paid me for my time. You paid me for my time. And you're telling me that for this, in exchange for this money, I will get no time to hang out, no time to myself. That's a bad deal. A job isn't obligated to give you a decent paying wage. I know we say that, but they're obligated. They should, but they're not gonna do that. They gotta be realistic. They don't have to. Listen, you can't force someone to put money in your pockets. You're trying to fight that reality, and that's why you're like, it's not going nowhere. I accept it. Job don't have to pay me a decent wage. I have to accept that and make myself the decent wage. That's why expectations don't meet reality. There's no point. Listen, your job ain't paying you enough. Quit that shit. Don't even bother trying to argue up and down with them. I deserve this raise, because the whole time you're trying to say I deserve. They say, bitch, no, I don't give a fuck. I'm not paying you. I'm not gonna pay you because they know they don't have to pay you. You can quit and they'll get someone else, or they'll do some cold shit where like they'll have you train your own replacement. That's why I said, don't even argue with these jobs. You don't want to pay me, fine. I'm moving on. Just don't even bother. You trying to argue is not going to get you anywhere. You're wasting your time. Like I said, no job is obligated to give you a decent wage. They're not going to do that. You've been saying that. It hasn't happened in reality. You're not head of the company. You're not head of the company. And I used to be one of those two that would argue up and down with my employer. Why didn't you pay me more? Why didn't you pay me more? You're obligated. No, they're not. Because then they whip out the contract you signed. You agreed to this shitty wage. You already signed it. Listen, when you go for these jobs, they're having you sign paperwork for a reason. You agreed to the agreement. So anytime you don't like the agreement, they bring it up for they're having you sign the W-2 in the contract for a reason. So in case you try to sue, say some shit, they got no, bitch, you agreed to this. This is what you said you deserve. You signed on it. You signed on the dotted line. It's about the contracts. Listen, business is about the contracts. About the contracts and what you can prove. You don't have the contracts, you can't prove shit. You can't prove shit. No court is going to side with you. And I know that's cold word, but that's how business works. Don't sign the fucking contract. You don't like the wage, don't sign the contract. Go to someone else. Because as soon as you sign that contract, you're saying you've agreed to it. You agreed to the wage. So you can't sue them, you can't do nothing. And while you're saying, I deserve a paying wage, you didn't say you deserve a paying wage when you agreed to the contract. They got you on contract saying, I agree to this pay rate. I agree to this pay rate. You thought you deserved more, you should have negotiated better. And if they don't want to go for the negotiations, then you have to decide, am I going to hold out for a different offer or settle? That's why these bills, you can't let bills pressure you into settling on a shitty contract because you fuck yourself over. Because now they got you on contract. Because once they got you on contract, they're not going to raise. There's a reason why they don't raise your salary. They got you on contract agreed to this low ass wage. So you can't sue them. You can't bring up nothing. Like business 101. It's not about how you feel. It's about you got it on contract, you got it on paper, and you have proof. That's it. I know it's cold world. Trust me, I wish it was better. But that's the truth. What can you prove? You got it on paper. You don't got it. They're not obligated for shit. That's why they got you signing the contract. When you first got into a job, no job, unless it's under the table, no job is not going to take you on without you first signing their contracts so that they cover their ass in case you decide to go your word and say, I'm going to sue you.
Business 101. You got to approach it that way. I didn't approach jobs that way at first. I didn't want to acknowledge it because then you have to admit, well, why am I committing to a job? Because I'm insecure and I don't believe in myself. And I don't want to face that business is business. Business don't give a fuck about how you feel. What are you signing? What are you proving? They're having you sign. So in the court of law, they have the proof. He agreed to this wage. We're not giving him more. And it wasn't because of discrimination. It wasn't because of this. They had you all that. They had you sign that for a reason. And it could be complete false. That's why I said you got to be careful with what you agree to, what you negotiate to. Because once you sign on the dotted line, you agree to whatever, which way they treat you. You agree. Every job I've been to, you sign the shit. Okay, you agree. You don't like it, then get the fuck out. They give you the same response. There's a reason why you're like, what the fuck? I'm flabbergasted. They know where to get the fuck out. Yeah, bitch, you signed the contract. We'll find someone else who will sign the same contract for less money. Come on, there's too much competition. This is what you don't want to accept. There's too much competition for jobs. Too much. You're not willing to do it, someone else will take it. You got to ask yourself, how much do I believe I'm worth? And will I stand on it? I wouldn't settle for shit. You're going to pay me $1 million because I know there's already 10, 20 other people that will take the $7.25. I know that's how you roll. That's why you want me to sign the paperwork so that I agree to the $7.25. So if I wake up to, wait a minute, I deserve more money, you're going to say, no, you signed this. That's why that's why you guys have to stop deluding yourself about what a job is to you. They don't give a fuck about you. They're not going to up your pay raise. You agreed to the wage set. There's a reason why in business you need to, the paperwork is important. You don't have them on paper where you agreed to 6-figure salary. You didn't agree upon that. You didn't negotiate for that. So you can't turn around and be mad when they bring up the paperwork and say, this is what you agreed to, $7.25. You don't like it, go somewhere else. That's why it's important. When you go to a job, you need to negotiate. You need to be willing to walk away when the table is a bad deal. Don't settle for a bad deal because your situation is in dire straits. Never do that because it just gets worse. It gets worse. You want money where you can pay the bills and save and relax. Just over broke makes no sense because eventually the bills are going to get higher than the current wage you have now. Again, you have to. That's why time doesn't exist. You have to think ahead of time. A career requires long-term thinking. Most people aren't long-term thinking with these 9-to-5s. They're thinking fear. I got to pay bills now. But then a year goes by, 2 years go by. The next thing you know, the money that was enough for last year isn't enough for this year. So you either have to beg your job for a promotion or get a second or third job. That's the hole you choose when you negotiate bad deals. It's all part of manifestation. This is all part of loving yourself. When you love yourself, you don't settle for an obviously shitty deal. All my past jobs gave me shitty deals, and I accepted it. How long are you going to accept it? There's people where they'll accept a job that's paying half of what they used to make because the bills are piling up. Worst decision. You're going backwards. They got you. You're going backwards. Why would you settle for half of what you were making last year? You don't love yourself enough. And you have to account for inflation. Inflation is always going to go up every year. So you need millions. You need millions. You have to account for inflation. That's another thing the average worker doesn't account for. You got to account for inflation. You got to account for inflation. Today's price isn't going to be tomorrow's price. If there's no wiggle room in your salary for inflation as well, don't take the fucking deal. Because today's price isn't going to be tomorrow's price. You have to take that into consideration. If there's no rapid growth, a rapid trajectory in the lifestyle you want, stop negotiating bullshit deals. Because you know it's not going to lead anywhere. See, we like to do the mental gymnastics to believe that a paid bill is going to push away the fears that keep me at this job. No, it doesn't. The fears will not go away until you're in a comfortable position where you can save money, uh, vacation, and not have to think about, oh shit, well, I gotta pay this bill and then hold up on the next one. Like, nah, you want a 6-figure plus salary. That's what you want. That's what's required. You gotta be honest. How do I obtain it? It's not gonna be through working at HR. It's not gonna be through working for someone else. That's not the reality. You have to come up with an idea, be creative. You have to be creative to make 6 figures plus. You have to be creative to make 6 figures. You have to be creative to make 6 figures. That's why in this new age, you have to be creative. The traditional model doesn't work. You have to be creative with your streams of income. And that's where most people, they're like, what the fuck? They can't keep up. You're still living in the 1940s, where it's one job, a house. That doesn't exist. Stop thinking that way. That's why you can't adapt to 2026. See, this is the reason why you have to stop taking your parents' advice. Your parents come from a generation where one job was enough. Times is completely different. We got TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. Stop thinking it's the 1950s. That's why you can't accept it. Your parents are giving you advice based on their time period. Oh fuck. Whatever. Hold on, let me be right back. I gotta get my damn charger, bro. Did you know that girl okay with knowing that? Awful, right? You got no desire. That desire doesn't go away until it's possible. Also, you knew about these. Now, why the fuck are you saying this 3 years later? It's still playing the fool. The fool. The fool. Yo, that fool be. Fuck on your body. Come on. God save you. Boom, 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 boom.
The problem with that 37-year-old woman who was finding the car because she said that she feels invisible because men.
Yeah, buddy. Oh shit. Okay, TikTok. Okay, I see you, bro. I'm liking these new features. Okay? The tick and the talk ain't playing. Yeah. I have to charge my phone. Let me just route. Yeah, you have to be business savvy. To make money, you have to be business savvy. No one tells you that. That's why you can't just look at it as just get a career and that's it. Like, no, that's how you stay slow. That's how you stay behind on the curve. You have to be business savvy. There's not an option. As long as